welcome on in. I think I've rearranged everything so it's our normal stream layout again. Everything always gets a little bit moved around after one of the game streams. But hello, welcome on in. Let me double check everything. I should also let our raccoons over in Discord know that everything started. Hi Chatty Maddie, it's good to see you. And hi Zoe, Zoe's been here the whole time. That's so funny. Let me go ahead and let everyone know. Screen starts now. Okay, there is some stuff in Raccoon Channel 6 News we can do later? Okay. I think so. Hi Shadow Alpha, it's good to see you. At least in my view, and my view might not show everybody, but in my view, Zoe's been here the whole time. But my view is also not the greatest. Like, it shows that I have 0 viewers to me right now, and obviously there's people in the chat. It's just one of those funny things. Let me try refreshing the page. Yeah, it still shows everyone as like not even being a viewer. I have 0 viewers right now on my screen. Isn't that so funny? The way Twitch does stuff is interesting. You incinerated that heathen pizza? Did like 3 of us hopped on fast? Yeah, hello. You have 1,000 raccoon coins? Wait. Zoe, just for comparison's sake, how many raccoon coins do you have right now, Zoe? Hi Dreamy, it's good to see you. I thought my friend's house with a cat on my stomach? Oh my god, that's the life. That sounds perfect. Right now there's a Luna tuna fish out hanging out with her mama. I even offered to give Luna tuna fish scritches and she was like, nope, and she walked away from me, so she's with her person. Put my pizza in front of last night? Oh wait, what? Hi Author Relic, it's good to see you. Hello. Oh my goodness. Oh, meep. I have no idea what I walked into last night. It's just so funny. We were just saying silly things about pineapples. It was funny. Hi, Deathshead. Hello. Oh my goodness, we have quite a few familiar faces here tonight. Hello, everybody. It is another critique stream tonight. Last stream, we were doing some gaming. Today, we're going back to critiques. And if everything's all set up after a story or two, we might even go back into Raccoon Channel 6 News. We took a little bit of a break for it so all the raccoons could have some time, have some breathing room. That way they could focus on it. So let's see. 20 stream streak. Oh, thank you so much, Deathshead. Did you like the Friday movie night with Cryptid and Roots? Roots has already read it, and they said it was super, super cute, and I'm so excited to read it yet. But no, I haven't read it yet, but I'm so excited. Like, oh my goodness, you have another fanfic already. But no, I was still kind of dying when you submitted it, so I was still, I'm in and out. I'm better now. I had a few good hours on the day that I streamed with you guys, so I could game for a little bit. But it's kind of like now I'm actually like back in the land of the living. And I can start doing this. As long as my model doesn't glitch out on me like that. Oh my goodness. There we go. You could spam hydration? No. Let's not spam anything, otherwise the price goes up. If you guys spam stuff, the price goes up. That's always been the cause and effect. Oh, the Relic doesn't see something? What's going on, Hound? Can you let me know? Absolutely, I'm so excited. Why is there already a redeemed focus? We're just yapping for a few minutes first. Oh, why is my alert all the way like down there? That's so funny. Is it... I'll try moving it up here. Let me try that again. That alert was like in a weird spot. It was so close to the bottom of the screen. Let me see. What can I do here? I can do... Oh, that was a focus? That looks better. That's in the middle of the screen. I can make it a little smaller, I think. Oh, I guess I can put it on the side, right? Because Baby Raccoon's still not here. Baby Raccoon's still not here, so we can put it off on the side. Poor Baby Raccoon, still lost in the void until we read the newest Channel 6 news. Maybe I'll put it in the center. I don't know. What if we redeemed enough focuses that Cryptid turned into Super Cryptid? Absolutely not. Where is Baby? In the newest Raccoon Channel 6 news, yeah, Baby Raccoon is missing. So you guys will notice. Oh wait, I should still have my fridge though. Where's my fridge? Oh, that's the fridge. Sweet, sweet. That's my fridge. I do still have my fridge. Oh, this is sweet tea. Yeah, here we go. I still have a fridge. But yeah, Baby Raccoon is missing. Where's my fridge? They died soon. What's Channel 6 News? It is Raccoon Channel 6 News. It is by raccoons for raccoons. And it's you guys here, all my lovely little chatters, all my lovely little people in the Discord, making stories in the realm of Cryptid Roots, your own stories about what your characters are doing, and giving little news reports, giving me little updates on what's happening in this amazing, fantastical, post-apocalyptic world where cryptids and raccoons and critters have taken over. See, I don't read it beforehand. You guys make up your own stories, and then yeah, I get to hear all the Raccoon Channel 6 news updates. But in one of them, yes, Baby Raccoon is missing, and we are waiting on the news updates until Baby Raccoon is found again, and then Baby Raccoon will be in the stream again. Look, I learned a word. Who are we reading today? I know Chatty Matty offered in the roll call. They said they were going to be on tonight. So we have Chatty Matty. I know has stuff submitted and is ready to go. Who else would like to go? Hound. I think you have stuff in the queue as well, right? I think I just updated the queue and I saw yours. Sorry, that was a quick sippy. Gonna be popping in and out of chat. I'm working on chapter 15. What? That's great progress. That's so exciting. It's another way to be submitted for more critiques. I just need to fix more of Sunreal's new dialogue. That's some good updates. World of Gal. Oh, you're trying to get a hold of Galler? Oh. Yes, put what I'm looking for in the submission too. Perfect, perfect. So we have Chatty Matty. I'll see if Hound would like to go. Let me see who else is in the queue that I've seen tonight. Story submissions. You said you're trying to get a hold of Galler. I don't think I've seen Nova. You could. So yeah, we have Hound. We have Chatty Matty. Hound, you are earlier in the queue. I don't know what your schedule is looking like. Do you want to go first, or do you want to go after Chatty Matty? Once I start the final arc, I'm going to be submitting it more. What? That's going to be great, exciting news. You should feel so proud of how much you've done in this world and all the world building you've done for the story. It's going to be so great. One more student until I have a fully bloomed flower, so that's not even its final form? I thought level 3 would be the final, but there's a 4th level. Oh, wow. Let's see. 4,000 points, and it's 50k. That's been your goal all along. What are you gonna do to celebrate reaching 50k points? Can't stay too long. I need to be up really early tomorrow. All good, Aria, but hey, thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. Oh, so that means if we want you here for Raccoon Channel 6 News, how long do you think you'll be in? I think we're gonna do a story and then Raccoon Channel 6 News. How does that sound? You're just gonna spam the stretch. Ghost, what are you eating? What were you up there getting? What are you eating? Was it just old cat treats? Is there anything new in Raccoon 6 News? I think so. I think there's a lot of stuff. I haven't been reading it the last few streams, so there should be maybe hopefully a few updates. The King story, yeah. So I think it should maybe be an update on Baby Raccoon. That's what my guess is, and then I guess it's an update on Baby Raccoon. So we might see if Baby Raccoon, what happened to them? Are they alive? Are they okay? What's been happening with Baby Raccoon? But otherwise, happy. Also, I decided to make a visual novel type game. You mentioned you're gonna combine programming and storytelling. It's super exciting. So I haven't heard. Let me get Chatty Matty's and Hound's story up. So let me see. Let's see. This is 1. Control C. That was Chatty Matty's. And then let me find Hound's. Who is chapters? Let me see. They're earlier on. They're more in the middle. There we go. 1, 2. I have both stories up. Baby Raccoon is dead. I'll drop this cult so fast. I swear to God. Unattended children will be stolen by adventurers. Baby Raccoon isn't gonna die. Yeah, I think everyone loves Baby Raccoon too much to actually let anything permanently bad happen to them. And an Amtrak was all unattended children will be sold to the highest bidder. That's morbid. Okay, so looks like Hound, you want to go first? Okay, so this is an excerpt from mid-book. Let me go ahead. It says chapter 7. Okay, so you have mid-book, early mid-book. It's my dark fantasy shifter romance. This is chapter 7, and it's my recently written work. Okay. So is there anything you want us to focus on for this critique? Oh, I had to add in the story by. Oopsie. Control C. Story by. There. Let me make sure it fits. Yeah, it does. It does. Perfect. It looks so good. There we go. So it's mid-early. Is there anything about this work that you want us to focus the critique on? Like, are you looking for feedback on the characters, on the scenery descriptions, on if it's engaging, if it's interesting, if there's like a particular thing that you're like, yeah, this part I had a really hard time writing. I had a really hard time writing this character's dialogue. Can you take a look at it? Otherwise, it will just be general critique, whatever I can focus at. And otherwise, I might ask you some questions. It was new, not anymore? Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? It's only been a little while, right? When did you submit this? Let me see. Can I see when you guys submitted this? It was just submitted 19 days ago. Just a few weeks ago. Just a little over 2 weeks. Is there a newer version of it? My Twitch reloaded. Oh, okay. Did you? Was there like an ad issue or something? I get you. So I'm taking little sippies throughout. So let me see. Let me know what kind of critiques you're looking at, and then I might also ask you questions because this is like midway through, and I don't believe we've read the earlier chapters unless I'm forgetting it. So I might ask you questions like, hey, who's the main character? What has happened previously? When they talk about this, what does that mean? I might just ask you some questions. That's not the critique. That's just me making sure I'm up with you. I'm on the same wavelength. This is 7 pages. I might not get the full 7 pages done, but I'll try to do the first couple. Are we all good? I know you said your Twitch reloaded. I don't want to start reading when you're in ads. But this is chapter 7, first shift. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, no, you're already... Chapter's early, not my newest chapter anymore. Okay, yeah, that's fine, So Jade didn't ask Levi if he wanted to leave the city. She simply decided it for him. The morning after their long conversation at Whiskers and Steam, she stood up from the small table in her house, looked at the tension still etched across his face, and said, "You've got too much noise in your head. We're going to the mountains. Today." You're up to chapter 32 already, but that's just info. That's super cool, though. Oh my goodness. So this was your newest chapter about a little over 2 weeks ago. Now, just a little over 2 weeks later, you're already on chapter 32. That's huge progress. Levi didn't argue. After the king, the crown, Orion's offer? Is that how Orion is spelled here, or is that a spelling error? I don't think that's normally how Orion is spelled. But it could be, obviously, with fantasy and different stuff. Like, we can change how spellings of names work. Orion's offer and the weight of everything he had learned, the idea of distance from walls and eyes sounded like the only thing that might help him breathe. The king, the crown, Orion's offer, and the weight of everything he had learned. The idea of distance from walls and eyes sounded the only thing that might help him breathe. So this one, there is the rule of 3. We can break the rule of 3. That's totally fine. It's not like a hard rule. Obviously, we can break rules whenever we want to. But it's broken the rule of 3. It's done the rule of 4. But then it's also continued on with this long description of it. So I'm like, it's getting a little close to a run-on sentence. So I would see if there's some way to maybe just shorten the sentence a smidge. Just a smidge to make it a little easier to read. Even splitting it up into 2 sentences. That's just an early idea. They left before the sun had fully cleared the peaks. Winter padded ahead like a silent black scout, her frost leaving faint glittering trails on the stone. His name that, but I feel Orion is stylistic choice. Yeah, that's why I was asking the writer. It is. It's just stylistic choice. Okay. What are run-on sentences? It's when a sentence, kind of in the name, it runs on for a little bit too long. It might even cover multiple ideas in one sentence, which normally a sentence just has one idea, sometimes 2. So if it's covering a lot of things in one sentence and you use like a lot of words and you string them together with a lot of commas, people might point out, hey, it's a little bit of a run-on sentence. You might want to split it into 2. And that's not saying that like commas or anything is bad. It's just saying it's kind of like a way to shorthand of saying like, hey, the sentence is a little too long. Double check if you want it to be stylistically that long or if you want to split it up. So Winter padded ahead like a silent black scout, her frost leaving faint glittering trails on the stone. The path climbed steadily out of Shiftera's valley, winding through dense pine forest that gradually thinned into rocky slopes and sheer cliffs. The air grew sharper, colder, and cleaner with every step. Levi felt his shoulders loosen slightly as the distant hum of the city faded behind them. Start spamming focus. No, wait. That's focus is gonna be like 1 bajillion points at the end of it. That's gonna be so fucking funny. You have a habit of doing that? Yeah. Lord knows every writer has those habits where we're like, God damn it. I think I've definitely realized with some of my older stories, in my rough drafts, I have a lot of scenery and background descriptions of like the setting details. And then when I do my edits, I actually realize I'm a little overly harsh with my edits. And I remove too much of the background setting. I'm like, oh yeah, we don't need that. And I cut out too much. And then people will read it and be like, Cryptid, are they in a room? Are they in a forest? Are they in space? And I'll be like, oh yeah, fuck. I removed too much of the setting details. It's so funny. Turn your brain off as you write. Yeah, that's totally a normal thing. Especially, it's a really good habit for getting out those first few drafts. Just to turn your brain off and do it. It's a really, really good state of mind to enter in, and then everything can be fixed in edits. Or in my case, sometimes you can accidentally make things worse. I use placeholder scenes. Please go on the news report thing, not trying what I'm saying, so make sure it's fine. Oh, okay. This is also your first ever book. That's exciting. So just to clarify, was this Winter era, because I haven't read the previous 6 chapters while I'm coming into this blind, is Winter, because we are dealing with shifter animals, Winter padded ahead. Is this just a metaphor for like, oh yeah, it's really cold, the season of winter, the coldness of winter is ahead of them and there's frost on the stones? Or is there actually a magical frost-themed character named Winter padding ahead of them? Just for clarity's sake, right? I'm pretty sure it's a metaphor for like, oh yeah, it's cold. It's cold out there. It's snow. It's frosty. But just in case, I wanted to clarify. Oh no, I don't think I had that little command yet. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Jade walked close behind him. Their arms brushed now and then, but neither pulled away. This route is usually quiet, she said. Good place to let your head clear without the city pressing in. They climbed for hours. Conversation came in small pieces. Jade pointed out old watchtowers carved into the rock, told him what packs claimed which valleys, and shared quiet stories from her border patrols. Levi listened, asked occasional questions, and let the vastness of the mountains settle the rising thing, or the restless thing, inside his chest. Let's see. Jade pointed out watchtowers. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of something. Okay, Winter is Jade's companion. Okay, so wait, it was a physical thing. Okay, is a big black wolf that looks like its fur is made of black ice. Okay, just looks like it though, but it's a normal wolf. It had like a silent black scalp, or frost leaving faint glittering trails on the stone. Or in this case, is it a magic wolf? Is it actually leaving frost? Oh, wait. It's magical. Most companions are. Okay. By midday, there's an extra comma here, I think. They reached a high, windswept ridge overlooking a deep river gorge. Is that the right spelling of gorge in this case? Someone who's better at copy editing and spelling, answer that. I don't know. White water roared far below, sending mist into the air. The wind whipped across open rock, carrying the clean scent of snow and stone. Jade stopped. This is far enough. Sit. Breathe. Levi dropped onto a flat boulder. The wind tugged at his new coat. For the first time in days, his mind felt almost still. The constant pull in his chest quieted to a low hum. The weight of Leo's words, the crown, the hunters, all of it felt farther away up here. So this repetition, the crown, the hunters, all this stuff is already referenced. It's already in the list up here. The king, the crown, Orion's offer, the weight of everything you'd learned. It's already in a list of commas in a sentence up here, and that's on the same page, so it's repeated a little bit too soon. So I would see if there's another way you could write that. I think even higher, if you could not even explain, like, oh yeah, Leo, the weight of the stuff felt further away. If you could just show it, if his shoulders could relax, if he just feels more at ease, if he finds words tumbling out, but instead of just telling us he felt better again, I think just showing it. Hi Trickster, it's good to see ya. But that I did notice that. I'm like, hey wait, we already said that, those kind of same words already. Jade sat nearby, knees drawn up, scanning the ridges with habitual caution. Winter lay beside her, ears twitching. Peace lasted barely 20 minutes. The ground trembled. Let's see, Orion is a lunar wolf companion whose fur looks like moonlight, is woven into its fur. Okay. Wait, moonlight is woven into the fur, but then its fur is also made of black ice. So there's a lot of descriptions, very artsy descriptions for this wolf. So I just gave that, don't be too artsy purple prose with the wolf. Maybe it's still okay to have like a cool description, like you're like, yeah, this wolf looks like moonlight is woven into its fur, and that's like a cool thing. Or yeah, this wolf looks like it's made of black ice, something like that. When you get too carried away with too many artsy descriptions for one character or one companion in a book, it can be a trap. Be aware of the trap. Oh no, Orion, okay. Never mind. I'm sorry. See, this is why. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, so no, Orion is the moonlight one. Winter is the black ice. Okay, sorry. They were both new characters to me. I got them confused. My bad. See, just. I'll see myself out. Goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna hide behind my fridge. My bad. Thank you for correcting me on that. I would have felt bad if I got those two characters still mixed up. So let's see. Peace lasted barely 20 minutes. The ground trembled. Winter surged to her feet with a vicious snarl. Jade was on her feet instantly, blade half drawn. Gorge ravagers. Ravagers. I'm saying that funny, I know I am. Okay, Jade herself can use ice magic. So they're shapeshifters. I'm gonna guess Jade is also a shapeshifters. Because this is shapeshifter romance, but I could be wrong. So there are shapeshifters, and they also have other non-shifting magic. Got it. I will note, this is just a line edit stuff. Winter surged to her feet, and then Jade was on her feet. It's a little bit too repetitive here. From the cliffs above came guttural, wet roars. Massive shapes dropped down the rock face. Hulking ape-like trolls with river-slick stone hides, jagged bone spines running down their backs, and 4 powerful clawed arms each. Their eyes glow. Oh, thank you so much. I'll put it over here. That was my toes. Thank you. Their eyes glowed feral red. They moved with savage pack coordination, leaping from ledge to ledge with terrifying speed. Hi, Eli. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness. Shifters have a few different magic types. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see. Because I wanted to make a note of something that I got distracted. No, Baba, do not look at my pizza. Sorry, everyone. I have food now. Because I did not plan my night well, and I made food like only 10 minutes before stream started. So one, we have Winter's reaction. We have Jade's reaction. But we actually really don't have much of... I think our main character is Levi. We don't really have Levi's reaction. Is he cursing? Is he being like, oh, fucking damn, like, what's wrong here? Is he so new to this that he even, like, looks in the wrong direction? Like Winter and Jade are already, like, pinpointed these trolls, and he, because he's so new at it and he's so disoriented with this ground trembling, he actually looks in the wrong way at first, and then he notices where they're looking, and he spins around, and he's looking in the right direction. Does he feel that sense of dread or fear or anger, something run down his back, and he turns around and he sees them? What's kind of Levi's reaction to this? I think that would be a good thing to add. The elemental type of magic is called... I'm not gonna say that right. Uvinor? Can I go get some more water from coughing? Oh no, poor Shadow, I'm so sorry. So I would say having Levi's reaction would add both... His reaction would make sure that we don't forget he's the main character, and would add some personality. Think, how does Levi react to this stuff? That does a lot in making him be more realistic characters that readers can react with. Oh, I did say it right? Oh yeah, yay! And then just as a secondary note, and this is very nitpicky, so he just notices them coming down the cliffs, but he's already making notes of like, oh yeah, they have savage pack coordination, da. I think it's okay to say that they have terrifying speed, like they are just going down with a horrific speed down these cliff walls, right? And it's just like, it might be terrifying. Hello, it's so good to see you. It could be really terrifying seeing how fast these giant troll monster like beings are. But I think he might need to observe them for a little longer before he notices pack coordination. Because realizing when a group is working so well together like that, it takes a moment. Sometimes you don't even realize. It's a lot of analysis if you're horrified. That's true. So maybe he's not even that scared. Maybe he's really big and strong and tough. And he just like notes it as like military precision. Oh yeah, these people are fast. I gotta be on my guard. But after a little while of the fight, oh, thank you so much for the bits. That's so kind of you. But maybe after a little bit, I'm gonna guess that might be a fight sequence or a runaway sequence that might come up here. That's when you notice, like, oh shit, yeah, these trolls are working in a pack. That could be a bad realization he has later, just to kind of amp up that tension. So let's see. Oh, it's not a fight, it's a run sequence. Yeah, okay, I was like, it's either gonna be a fight sequence or a run sequence. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. And hey, I hope you like hanging out with the Cryptid Cult. Maybe I should have made that thing a little bit bigger. How are we already at that goal? That's crazy. Oh my goodness. I still have to give you guys the 300 follower reward. I'm so far behind with stuff. Anyway, it's all makes sense. But oh my goodness. But also, Cobb, that was such a good point you made, and that's your first time chat. So thank you so much for pointing that out. What's the goal? We just, it looks like we passed 310 followers, if I read my screen right without my glasses on. Yeah, you reached 310 followers. How does one submit a story? I have one in the form of a poem. I will let you know I'm not the best critique person at poetry. It's just not my specialty. Oh, and thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm not the best poetry critique partner. I don't know too much about it, and therefore a lot of the stuff I could say, quite frankly, will just be bullshit. So I'm not sure if you want to go through with that. I do better with novels, stories, short stories, that kind of format. We even do game scripts a little bit, that kind of route. But if you are still interested in submitting, there is a Discord. You can do !Discord in chat, and it will pull up the link for you. And then you just read the rules. There's just a few rules. It's not anything crazy, and then you can submit it right there. Oh, you do have a short story. Perfect. So yeah, there's just a few things. No generative AI works, and nothing too spicy or sexy, right? It just gets too embarrassing for me to read. No shame to anyone who reads that stuff. Hey, I even read that stuff. But again, I just don't like reading it on stream because it's too embarrassing for me. My model can't show how much I'm blushing, and that's just a real crying shame. I was using his background noise while doing some edit, but I got a little distracted. Isn't that how Twitch always works? You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to somebody in the background, and then like suddenly it's 100% of your attention. But thank you for pointing it out. It was a really good point to make. Don't we have 2 channels, one for spicy and one for non-spicy? You can, in Discord, you can post some of your spicy works, the link in the writing section, not story submissions. Story submissions is for me to read here on stream. But if you just want to share it and get feedback and critique from other raccoons, and I won't read it on stream, there is a writing section, that's all. I just ask that sometimes, like, hey, if you, just to be polite, tag it. That way no one's like clicking on a link and find something by surprise. Oh my god, that's so graphic. You can't say that. That's so funny. And black for critique and take it off afterwards? It has a spicy, you can use highlighted in black for critique and take it off. Yeah, some people even just give me the version of the page without the spicy scene in it. That kind of thing. You're not wrong, but I like to pretend I'm productive. You and me both. You and me both. You're in the right shit community for that. So anyway, so it's not a fight sequence. We're gonna do a runaway sequence. These things are so terrifying that no, we're just running away. Run! Jade shouted. They ran. The Ravagers gave chase, howling. Their heavy footfalls shook the ridge. Loose stone and gravel cascaded behind them. Jade and Levi sprinted along the narrow path. Winter darted between them, blasting black ice at the closest pursuers to slow them down. Oh wow, Winter, you're so helpful. Wow. Unlike D&D animal companions, Winter's actually useful. Sorry, that was a shot at D&D there that I probably shouldn't take, but it is kind of funny. I short attention span, so we're not very productive a lot of the time. How dare you call me out like this? You come into my stream and you call me out like this. So let's see. But yeah, for all the little raccoons and critters in my chat, just as a heads up, for the story submission queue, it is a queue. It's not necessarily that going to be read in that order, because I don't read your work without you being physically present in the chat. So we can ask questions and go back and forth a little bit. So be aware, like, oh yeah, you're not submitting it and then like instantly being read in the next 5 minutes. Be aware, it can take a week or two. Just for our schedules to align, for you to be on stream at the same time. and then for no one else to be ahead of you and for me to be able to read your story. Just be aware. That's right! There were a couple people very jokingly, very lovingly banned for loving pineapples and pizza. That's it. That's just a joke. So let's see. Blasting black ice at the closest pursuers to slow them down. One Ravager lunged. Jade spun, slashing with her ice dagger, carving deep, frozen gashes across its chest. It roared, but kept coming. Split up, she yelled. They hunt as one. Divide them. You like pineapples and pizza, but not together. Okay. Not that nice, but okay. So one of the things here, so this is supposed to be really, really intense, right? That like, oh my god, these monsters these trolls are after them. I'm not sure if at this point in time Levi has already fought monsters or has fought these particular monsters. So what I say could be out of context. But one of the things I'm wondering is, I think it's kind of a given that the Ravagers gave chase. I think the howling is a cool part, right? So maybe as they're turning around and splitting for the woods, for the trails, for something, they can hear the howling behind them and their breaths coming closer and closer. They're gaining speed. Their heavy footfalls, right, are shaking. They're getting closer. But I think it's kind of a given, right? We know these monsters are gonna chase them. I don't think that needs to be spelled out. And then some of the stuff, it almost seems like I'm not quite sure where Levi is in comparison that he's able to see this. I'm guessing, like, in my head, right, it's Levi and Jade, and then Winter's going in between them, maybe even a little bit behind them, and whenever a troll is getting close to their side or to their back, Winter's going over and, like, using the cool magical wolf ice powers to throw them off and freeze them a little bit, right? But then Levi is mentioning, like, oh, like, Jade spun, slashing with her ice dagger, carving deep frozen gashes against his chest. So in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, so that means Jade's in front, attacking a troll, and Levi's maybe alongside the troll or behind the troll to be able to see this. Just being aware, like, what is Levi actually aware of? Or is he just aware that she turns around and slashes out with her ice powers and he hears a troll, like, yell out in pain, but it doesn't sound like it slows down. Kind of keep it in mindset. What is our character aware of? Being Chick-fil-A here that serves a burger with a slice of pineapple. No. Banned. Pineapples are acid. Pizza sauce is acid. You are double dipping in acid. No SpaghettiOs. Oh my goodness. Bringing the science and logic into this. But for my side, I love it. Sorry, she then wants them to split up. Levi didn't want to leave her, but another Ravager crashed down directly in front of them, cutting Jade off. She met it head-on, Winter exploding into a whirlwind of frost and fury beside her. Not Levi. Looks back, I should work on that. How much of the menu is different, but besides the burger, and I think they have a special coleslaw. Huh, interesting. Levi had no choice. He veered off, sprinting down a steep game trail toward the roaring river below. 3 Ravagers pursued him. Oh, so they are splitting up. She just said they didn't. Oh no, fuck. He ran harder than he ever had in his life. Boots slipped on loose. I think there's a little spelling error here, unless I just don't know what scree is. My apologies. Heart hammered. The river grew louder. White water crashing violently over boulders. Harder. Boots slipped. This one, I normally like a lot of, like, shorter sentences here. This one feels a little off to me. You don't like the taste of warm pineapple? Would you put cold pineapple on a warm pizza? Are you that kind of heathen? Hello. Can you guys hear the crunch of my amazingly burnt pizza? Isn't it basic? What's the opposite of acid? Oh, in terms of food. I know it can't be base. culinary scientist would never make it that simple. You don't know what scree is? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm a failure. I'll go behind my little fridge on screen over here again. I'm sorry. Don't look at me. You're eating cheese pizza? It's not as crispy? Hey, it's okay. More crispy pizza for me. He reached the edge. No way across. The gorge was too wide, the current too deadly. The ravagers closed in, multiple clawed arms reaching, stone hides scraping against rock. Levi backed up until his heels met empty air. One wrong step and he would plunge into the deadly river. Trapped, surrounded. So again, same thing. I actually really like shorter sentences. I've liked a lot of your shorter sentences because they've added a bit of punch to the writing. Especially when sometimes there were those run-on sentences and I'm like, oh no, but the shorter sentences, I'm like, oh no, they're really good. I like them. This right here, trapped, surrounded, and then earlier, heart hammered. I think it's going for an artsy style, but I think that little artsy style is taking away from your story here. It looks a little out of place and it's reading a little out of place. I would consider reworking those guys a little bit. But it could also just be me not getting the vibe. Who knows? Hello, hello. Welcome on in. The largest ravager lunged, jaws wide, multiple arms swinging. Did I already read that? Multiple clawed arms reaching, and then multiple arms swinging. That repeats a little bit. Moonlight flared behind Levi. Silver light exploded across the ridge like a falling star. Orion appeared, massive, glowing, eyes burning molten gold. And then Levi by his voice in his head. The voice thundered through his mind, urgent and powerful. You add milk or fat to cancel acids out. They're bases. Adding spice just irritates the bowels. Oh no. That's right. How are you? Oh, I'm doing really good. We're finishing up our first critique of the stream. And then I know some of our other people here are going to be leaving soon. They can't stay for very long, so I want to then switch over to Raccoon Channel 6 News, that segment, which will be really fun. And then we'll probably continue with some more critiques after that. That's all, but hello. If you're here for reading and critiques and giving feedback, as long as we're all nice about it, then welcome on in. Companions can talk. Oh, is Orion? Is Orion a companion? Is he another animal companion? I thought he was like another shifter. Okay. Got it. Oh. So sorry, I'm chewing real quick. Is it possible to maybe submit the beginning of my book up for critique? Absolutely. There is if you do a ! Discord, you'll see the link to the Discord. There's just a few rules, no generative AI stuff, nothing too sexy for me to read on stream. That kind of general vibe. But otherwise, yes, you're free to submit. Hold on one second, I'm taking a sippy. And then just be aware, it's not like an instant thing. There is a queue. There are already people in the queue waiting to have their stuff read. So be prepared to like wait a week or so just for our schedules to line up for you to be in stream and for me to have your work up and for me to be able to give you critique, right? Because again, I don't read or critique your work unless you're here in chat and we can have that back and forth and talk things out and ask questions. Awesome, aware of the queue. Perfect. Then yes, welcome on in. We'd love for you to submit your stuff. Thank you so much for asking though. But yeah, feel free. The Ravagers hesitated for half a second, then turned their frenzy on the new threat. Orion roared and slammed into the nearest one, but there were too many. Claws raked across his glowing flank. Silver blood, bright as moonlight, splashed across the stone. Levi felt the pain like it was his own. A burning tear crossed his side. No. So once again, same as earlier, it's a lot of stuff happening around Levi. Oh, hey, thank you so much for joining the Cryptid cult. And hey, I hope you like hanging out with us here. But I'm not actually seeing what Levi's reactions are. He does say no. We know he feels a pain. But again, like, what is his reaction? Like, is he turning around like, oh shit, at these monsters? Was he getting ready to, like, maybe fight them, knowing it might have been useless, that he might have lost, right? Was he scared? Was he trying, or was he really calculated, being like, okay, I'm gonna do it, maybe I can jump down, maybe I can do this? Does he feel relief? Does he duck so that way Orion can come up behind him and attack these things? Does he try and, like, hold Orion back because he realizes, like, oh shit, Orion's outmatched, maybe I can't? Just some little detail. What is Levi doing? Because there's so many things happening around and to Levi, but not really Levi having much impact on other stuff. Let's see. Oh my god, what's this? The self-insert and the projection of their in real life unrequited love interest. They hold hands in public. Hey, wait a second. You can't be saying all that kind of spicy stuff. Hand holding? In my chat? Hold on. I can't believe it. You get your mind out of the gutter. It's so funny. So for now, what page are we on? Let's see, wait. Okay, we're about halfway through the third page. So I'll finish up the third page, and that might be where I stop it for now. Let me see. No, Orion staggered. Another Ravager swung all four arms at the wolf. Levi's vision tunneled with panic. He couldn't lose him, not like this. Not when Orion had waited for him all this time. I accept, Levi screamed, voice low and breaking. The contract, I accept it. Power slammed into him like a lightning strike. The bond ignited. Agony tore through every cell in his body. Levi screamed. Same thing, one-line paragraphs. It's taken away from the stuff here. It's trying to make every single line hold 100% of emotional weight, and it just can't happen with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things in a row. There's not 12 independent. Every single one of these lines needs to be its own paragraph. It's all good. It's still cool if they are in a paragraph. But it's definitely a thing I've noticed a lot of writers doing now, trying to make a lot of back and forth one-line paragraphs. I wonder if it's like a new thing? Not before marriage. That's right, no hand-holding before marriage. Right, don't be crazy. Give her hand a squeeze. Oh my god, Lotus. Get out of here. Banned forever. Oh my god. Hold on. Sorry, that was me chewing. But yeah, even now, this is when Levi is having a little bit of interaction. But even then, in my head, he's still just, like, standing there. Just watching all the stuff, and then he just screams. It's not even, like, really showing his emotions. It's just telling us Levi's emotions. It literally says his thought process. Levi has panic. He couldn't lose this wolf, Orion. Not like this. Not when Orion had waited from us. It's explaining physically to the readers, like, oh yeah, here's the great emotional pull. Their connection is so strong. And I'm like, no, like, show us how strong this is. You don't need to spell it out for us. He could have just, in this gut reaction, in this stupid reaction that he's even, like, questioning himself why he's doing it, just starts screaming that he accepts the contract, right? That he sees maybe Orion gets sliced, maybe Orion whimpers, right? Because it's a cool wolf, but I mean, it still hurts. When an animal's hurt, it might whimper or something, right? And then as soon as he hears the whimper, he's already, like, running towards the wolf, and before he can make himself shut up, he's saying, like, oh, I accept the contract. Oh shit, oh fuck, I accept the contract. And then he gets hurt, right? Just that knee gut reaction, and we, the readers, are like, oh yeah, like, see, like, when push came to shove, he was gonna protect Orion. But spelling it out for us a lot of times of an emotion sometimes takes the readers away from that emotional reaction. Emphasis loses strength when repeated to excess. Set in reverse. Emphasis stands strongest alone. Good. Is that in the reference to a lot of the single lines? I've noticed that so many writers are doing it. I know it's a little bit more popular with web novels. Maybe it's a formatting thing. Maybe more people are reading web novels, and that format can happen a bit more often. So I'm wondering where it's coming from, because it's not just you, Hound. I'm noticing it with so many writers. I'm like, huh. And it's removed by the courts, such that their love could never be made known again. Oh no. I think that is formatting for the TikTok age. You're doing it too. So is it just a new trend? Do you guys think this is just some of the new writing styles that's going to be emerging for the next few years, right? Not just, you're saying you don't use TikTok, but yeah, I'm noticing with web novels, online novels are getting more and more popular, people doing that, and I'm seeing them do this kind of formatting. Do you guys think this is a format that's going to be happening more often? You haven't seen this? So definitely a divide here. Video game dialogue, the line breaks are the subsequent panels. Why Automat isn't your only rival anymore? Oh no, you're collecting more and more boss battles. You've seen the style in Romantasy, which I dearly wish not to elaborate about. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Yeah, and I definitely fell off my reading wagon before the Romantasy reached its high recently. Let's see. Then it won't be more prevalent. Got it. But yeah, I think that'll be my change. So I think you've already kind of summarized it up for me. Some of the more show don't tell, right? Don't tell us our main character's reasons or emotional pulls and stuff. Just show it, and then that makes it more emotional. And then 2, don't be afraid to make Levi interact more with the world and have reactions. He's not just a little character being like, hold on, I'll do the... Hold on. He's not just this little cardboard stick-out figure, just things happening around him. No, he's engaging with the world. He has opinions about it. He has reactions to stuff. He has emotions about it. So it's not bad to make him react and engage with the things that happens. Gotta point out, me a page before the good stuff? Oh no! Well, even then, I can't read the full 7 pages, so it might even be a good break. I read 3 pages now. We'll have 4 pages then, since it was 7 pages in total, for your second submission, if you'd like to go ahead and resubmit. Just now, as a matter of fact, fancy that! And that will be a really, really good thing, because then we'll actually be able to pick up right at a really, really cool, interesting point, and then finish that chapter that you submitted. So if you'd like to go ahead and resubmit, thank you so much, Hound. But that would be my 2 main critiques for these first few pages of Chapter 7 of your first novel. Tessa Olds, I've gotten better. Hey, it's all good. And hey, don't expect too many massacres. It's only been a little over 2 weeks for you. Be kind on yourself. Be willing to slowly get better and progress over time. Did Twitch actually mute you? Did something happen? Wait, what? That's so funny. But yeah, that's where my 2 critiques will come in here. Thank you so much, everybody, for also pointing out other things I've missed. I think, again, it's kind of a... I never claimed to be capable of catching everything, and I don't want all the brain power, all my brain cells jumping around. That way I could catch everything. So you guys pointing out other things too is really, really helpful when it comes to all of us improving as writers and storytellers. Roman fantasy? When was the last time you thought about the Roman Empire? No. Oh my god. Now you're throwing stuff, Chatty Matty? That's crazy. I tend to space my paragraphs based on where dialogue occurs. Usually it's character says line here. Paragraph with emphasis on what I feel I need to emphasize at that given moment. Descriptions of... Hold on, wait. which said the world, looks, touch, or smell usually all grouped together with the motions of the character but away from the dialogue lines. But then if it's only an action after a line, I put them the same way as the paragraph that follows the dialogue. I think if I explained that well. Basically, I use spacing to pace the mood and situation. Yeah, there are some rules. Again, in writing, it's an art more than a science, but there are technical rules. We can break the rules whenever, but there are rules for paragraph spacing. Don't look at my Weave screen. That's not a good example of it. But anytime a different character speaks, whenever we change who's saying dialogue, that should be a new paragraph. Whenever you've changed time or location, it's time, location, I think it's location or space. There's like all these different principles. When you change one of them, it should be a new paragraph. And if it's a different thought, it's a new paragraph as well. So like, let's say like you have one paragraph and you're talking about like, oh yeah, like like she was going to the kitchen and then she thought back on stuff. The next paragraph should be the flashback. You don't want the current timeline and the flashback sequence to be in the same paragraph because that's too confusing. So whenever it switches time, whenever a new character speaks, whenever we go to a new location, anything like that, it should be different paragraphs. There are no rules, man. We're lost. Oh, she held hands with the prince? That fucking whore. Get her out of here. I can't believe her. Cancelled. Oh. Well, we're gonna see, maybe Trickster. Maybe, I think there's some Raccoon Channel 6 news today. Let's go ahead and give them a moment. Let me see Zoe and Arya and Kunst. Those are the two that, let me see. Stream starts now. Is Zoe still in? Zoe and Kunst, I think, are the main two who have stuff for Raccoon Channel 6 news. Shame, shame, shame. Oh, that's right, you can't have those two numbers together anymore because of meme culture. In the story, and it was all a dream sequence. Oh no. You have something in there too? You have something in Raccoon Channel 6 news? That's exciting. Okay. I just want to make sure we're not missing people. Let's see. I think this is where I left off at. Here, let me go over and I can show you guys Channel 6 news. I can minimize it a little bit. I know you guys can't see all of it. It be what it be. So let me, but I'll be reading it all out, so it's fine. Oh, but I do see some random letters in your writing. It's my Weave screen is my little just placeholder screen. I don't have a screen to put in between people's stuff, so yeah, it's just my little note sheet. It's just my little bullshit sheet in between other people's segments. So it was just a funny little thing. Sometimes I'll write out examples real quick to like illustrate my point, but it's just a little bullshit, little scratch sheet of paper that's on a Google Doc, so it's not physically paper, but you get the vibe. You get the vibe. So let's see, RCUN, Raccoon, RCUN, Channel 6, News. There we go. Are you having fun, Cryptid? I had so much fun last stream during the library sorting books. Oh my god. We have less than 1,000 books left to sort. I am... How does this work? Is this a roleplay? It's kind of an ongoing group fan fiction kind of thing. Everyone, if you're a fan, if you're part of the Cryptid cult, you can have a critter OC. I call them all raccoons, but it does not have to be a raccoon. If you are some other critter, you are just an honorary raccoon. So there's like the Coyote Guard, which is part of my mod team. There's possums and raccoons and foxes and mice and all the other, you're just some little critter in this post-apocalyptic world that Cryptid and the raccoons have taken over. And you guys all write little stories taking place in this world, and you give the updates in the little Raccoon Channel 6 news. It's by raccoons for raccoons. Again, you guys are all honorary raccoons, so it's by you guys and for you guys. You guys are letting me know what happens in the Cryptid Roots universe. Well, guess you're a wombat then. Oh. So many unique critters, yeah, but all honorary raccoons. You guys are raccoons in your hearts, and that's all that matters. That's right. You're a military raccoon? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's right. You're an elf in a raccoon trench coat. Listen, all honorary raccoons. It's all good. But yeah, the main person who really got this going and really kept this going for so long until we had more people involved was Zoe the archivist in chat. Well, thank you so much. What was that? Hydrate or dihydrate? Here you go. Here's your sippy. Thank you for the sippy. Military news reporter raccoon. And they have their raccoon Sona, which is Archie, the archivist, who runs and is the main face of Raccoon Channel 6 News at the abandoned news station in this post-apocalyptic world. And they give a lot of updates and stuff. So if you would like to be involved in this, you can go in the Discord. Let me move my character a little bit. Let me see. Hold on. I'll show. Yeah, see here on the side, there is the Raccoon assignment desk. And you can ask for stuff, you'll ask questions, you can like put in what your story is, and it can get approval, and then once it's gotten approved and everything looks good, then you can submit it over in Raccoon Channel 6 News. And then yours can be on the Raccoon Channel 6 News, the official broadcast. Would you guys like to hear the opening intro? Would you guys like to hear the opening intro of Raccoon Channel 6 News? Hold on, we have so many new people here today. Oh my goodness, hold on. Is everyone tuned in? Is everyone ready? Cryptid Roots News Network. Look at that. Yeah, see, that was even a fan-made thing. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's your intro. It's the Raccoon Channel 6 News intro. You guys all, was it Zoe who made it? I don't remember who made it. But you, my little raccoons, you guys made a Raccoon Channel 6 News intro, right? And I get to read all about the cool adventures you guys get into. All the stuff that's happening in real life. Let's see. Did I get... No, I think this is new. Okay, I'll stop here. We sync that into the intro to play it at the same time. Well, someone at Zoe. I just want to make sure Zoe's here. I don't want them to miss Raccoon Channel 6 News. I'd feel so bad. It's their project. I'm gonna take a bite real quick. We played it at the same time. Oh, that's so funny. Very important questions here. Good questions. One, I don't think it is... Technically, I'm a Central Florida cryptid, so a lot of stuff does take place in Central Florida. But you guys, in a post-apocalyptic Central Florida, you guys do not have to, though. I mean, like, Chatty Matties is an elf that's getting broadcast signals from outer space in the solar system, and sometimes tuning in and giving us updates from there. So again, it's not like a hard rule. It's for fun. It's a fandom thing. You can't have too many rules when it's a fandom thing. The important thing about a fandom is you guys just have fun. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like a fun way to engage with the community. You guys all to have fun and make your own adventures, and you guys all to feel like important, that you have like insight, and your actions have effects in this community, and that's the big thing. You started yours somewhere in the mysterious Northeast, I think. That's right. Rocket Raccoons, because just getting all the insight of raccoon media from outer space and thinking it's real. So it's just fun little gimmicks. It's just whatever you want it to be. I think I'm gonna hide my fridge. There we go. That way you guys can see more things. I don't see Zoe, but I might just continue anyway, just because I don't want to hold you guys back on Raccoon Channel 6 News. But yes, there is currently a civil war going on between Archie Archives and Arya, the scavenger, in the thing. Arya, the scavenger, is having a little bit of a mental break, going a little bit Azula coded from Avatar: The Last Airbender, going a little crazy. But yeah, also during all this craziness of a civil war, Baby Raccoon's been missing. And Cryptid has been putting out some news broadcasts along with Archie, asking for people to help and keep an eye out for Baby Raccoon. See if we can get them back home safely. I think that's where we left off. Archie, back to you at the station. Live from the abandoned news station, Raccoon Channel 6 News, number 10. Prologue number 3. Archie, Willa, what's this now? Also, hi Cryptid, come and sub to the channel for more Raccoon news. That's right, everyone. If you guys want more Raccoon Channel 6 news, feel free to hang out with us more. Archie walks. Let me just different lo-fi beats. There. Archie walks out of the hospital room, looking angry and frustrated, not knowing what to say to Willa for getting them involved. But Archie knows it was an inevitable thing to happen as they begin to think about what to say. But before they are able to think, Willa leans against the door frame, creating a squeak that startles Archie as they see Willa and begin to speak. Oh my god, how did Willa speak? Fuck. Hold on. Well, ain't this here day a total hoot, Archie? Willa looks at Archie with a sly, amused smirk. You know, our main line of work is keeping the encrypted safe and sound. But seeing as this is a mighty special occasion, we went ahead and dedicated a whole ass pack of coyotes just to secure the perimeter. We're using our super sniffers to try and track them down exactly where Miss Arya's hiding out. This is not the right accent, fuck. She says, tipping her hat as she sighs. They're a slippery varmint, to say the least. No offense, Archie, they say as Archie responds. None taken. Everything goes quiet for a bit. You had a coughing fit due to my accent? How rude. After a bit of awkward silence, Archie speaks. Thanks, Willa, for doing this. And I'm sorry that your building blew up and your workers got injured. And they rubbed their shoulder as they looked down. I'll compensate for the damages. Any damages that they caused. I might well appreciate the help, partner. We're gonna whip up a fundraiser to provide some bill relief for them poor victims. Willa says, patting Archie's shoulder with a paw. Ain't no need to go apologizing none. We got resources to spare, plain and simple. She leans down to whisper in Archie's ear. We seen them broadcasts. The Coyote Guard has your back, through thick and thin, she says, glancing around the place. Can't be too careful around these parts. Might be eyes and ears working for that Arya gal. Willa straightens back up and hands Archie a card. My personal number, Huss. Call me when you need anything at all. Now, is there something I can do for you right this second? Archie doesn't know what to say, but she feels like she needs to do something to help them. At least. So Archie looks back up to Willa's face and speaks again. Then it's a donation from me. From all the things you've gone. For all the things you've done. Archie smiles as they whisper back, grabbing the card. And thank you. Wasn't expecting the accent. Oh no. I know one state is Southerner. I love the accent too much. Well, okay, to be fair, this isn't like any. Oh my god. I'm South Coastal Texas, but there's only one person with that accent. Yeah. I wouldn't say that was a particularly consistent or good Southern accent. Again, if you guys want to hear what a Southern accent is, technically you're listening to one right now. I sometimes slip into my Northern accent a little bit, well, every now and again, my Massachusetts accent, but generally, this is just what a a Central Floridian sounds like. It's not that crazy. Unless you're going to somewhere like Miami. There are places in Florida where there are heavy accents. Heavy accents. Miami being one of them, but in general. Let's see. I'm surprised Texas isn't southern or even western. When the US was being colonized, they went out west. They went out west, and Texas was west from where they were, and it was south from where they were. So like it is in the order that things were being colonized, it was south and it was west. So that's kind of why. Technically, the southern accent of Floridians would be a northern accent. I've noticed before was how you pronounce the ord, part of Discord, but I'm too eager to have had any hope of placing it. Wait. How do you not say? Wait. So you don't say the ord, Discord? That just sounds like disco. How do you say it without the ord? Oh no. I have a British accent. I have a Scottish Welsh accent. People say, but I've never been out of Texas. Discard? Oh, is it just without the R? Is it discard? Oh, is that it? Is that how you guys normally say it in the EU? So I pronounced the ord differently, so it stood out to me. Interesting. Funnily enough. Hold on. Quick break. One of the things in the entitled documents was talking about accents, because someone was trying to do a northeast Boston accent, which again, when I was baby cryptid, I was born in Massachusetts, but I spent most of my life here in Florida, so it's again, as Discord versus Discord. But yeah, one of the things they tried to do was they tried to say, they wrote in the text while they were trying to recreate a Boston accent, they wrote chowdhead. And I'm like, what the fuck is a chowdhead? What thing? Chowdhead. What's chowdhead? And we were talking about trying to figure it out, and they were like, oh, you know, like a chowder head. And I'm like, you mean chowder head? And we were talking about how do you spell things physically to show an accent, and I was showing like, oh no, it's chowder head, where it's instead of an ER, it's kind of like an A apostrophe. It's chowder. Say chowder instead of chowder. But it's not chowd. It's not chowd head. So it's just one of those silly things. So some of the notes here in my little cheat sheet were in fact actually about accents and figuring stuff out and how to do things. So that's kind of one of the funny little tidbits that happened. Let me go back to my. You're so used to the Boston accent for chowder? Chowder. Let's see. The best I can do is explain that I say it with a much flatter tongue movements, but I know nowhere near enough phonetics to explain it any better. Use slang to say this person has this accent, right? Oh my goodness. Sometimes if you know where you are, you can actually Google or just look up in general online, whatever. That doesn't have to be Google. You can look up like, oh, I'm in this area. Like you can, for me, when I was trying to figure out like what are people saying with my accent? Why are they noticing my Massachusetts accent sometimes? You can Google Massachusetts accent and it will clarify like, oh yeah, you drop the R's. It's and I sometimes even explain as the more R's there are, the more you drop the next R. Um, so like garden, you might say like garden, right? It's like a little bit of a softer R, but it's not anything crazy. But gardener, the final ER, you drop it more than the first R in garden. So gardener. Um, so that's not quite the right accent. I'm trying to force it, and whenever you try to force an accent, you sometimes mess it up. But yeah, the more R's or ERs for the Northeast accent, for that Boston accent, the more you drop it. It gets yeah, y'all is you all. That's not how you spell it. You spell it because it's a contraction. So you had to do the little apostrophe thingamajig. But I'm in Maine, and I hear people all the time say library, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. Library, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. Library, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. No, where I live in Texas, just spell it y'all. Cancelled. Everyone, we're canceling Texas. It's a contraction. It needs a little fucking apostrophe. What do you mean? No, I've been to the bibliothèque. I can't lie, I've been working all my life to make sure that I have as little accent as possible. I despise listening to strong Danish accents. I was forced to take speech therapy classes when I was in elementary school because the Florida public school system refused to believe I had an accent. And Mom and Papa Cryptid even tried, no, we're from Massachusetts. We all have a Massachusetts accent. We all have a Boston accent. And they were like, no, I think she has a speech impediment. She needs speech therapy. So she's gonna not have recess for a while, and she's gonna go into a speech therapy class. And little elementary school Cryptid was like, no, I want recess. It's horrible. Ain't no one in my area used that little thing to put it in. No. It needs it. It's a contraction. No, don't tell me this, Shadow. How could you do this to me? Oh. It's so much easier to write and type without it. It is. It is easier to write and type without the apostrophe, but it needs it. It's the effort of being right. We have 4 news stories? Yeah, I should keep reading. Sorry, my bad. I still slipping into my customer service lady accent when I'm on the phone at work. I'm a cisgender guy, and I still get called ma'am on the phone way more often than sir. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, I realized I had the Massachusetts accent, and then I had kind of a neutral accent. And then when I started working in customer service, when I have that customer service dealing with an angry person persona, I have a more southern, I dip into not a Florida accent, but a more southern accent, and I can't do it on focus. It's definitely that mindset of customer service. And I slip into a more southern accent slightly, very, very sweet southern accent. And then it just kind of relaxes people a bit. They get a lot more nice when you're doing the really nice, higher voice southern accent. It's very different from my normal speaking tone. It's called man just because I have long hair, okay, focus. You're right. So Archie says thank you. Prologue number 3 ends. Huh. Wholesome. This is message? Do I expand this? I haven't seen this before. Oh, okay. This is a new thing. I haven't seen this. Hold on. This is Kunst. Hello, fellow critters. It is I, the most grandest, most spectacular investigative reporter at Raccoon News. Oh wait, fuck. How do I expand this? How do I do this? No, it's still cutting off on the side for me. Oh no, wait. How do I do this? Oh wait, fuck. Is Kunst in the chat right now? I can't avoid those focus points. I'm saying for the hostage negotiator to have safe baby raccoon. Yeah, see, whenever I try to finish the sentence, it goes all the way off to the side. It's like a weird file form. Is there a way? How do I... I don't want to be doing this the whole entire time. How do I do this normally? Kunst. I don't think I can read this right now. It's gonna be crazy on screen. Is that the... Yeah, then it's shadow, but it's 2 more things of this. I don't think I can read this on stream. Let me see if I can do the thingamajig. I don't know. Okay. I mean, when I read it, I gotta download it to read it. Yeah, this is it. This is view whole file. But again, it's cut off on the side. Do you see? Like, I have to scroll way over to the side. Like, ooh, it's crazy. So, I think I'm gonna pause Raccoon. Holy wall of text. Yeah, I don't know how to get it onto the screen. I physically can't, like, extend it. So I might ask them to fix that. So I might pause Raccoon Channel 6 News for now. Just because So I skip my news report. Is it a spoiler? Does it have anything to do with what Kunst wrote? I don't want to scroll down and see it. Hold on. I try not to. So Shadow, is it anything about what Kunst wrote? What do you mean you don't know? Let me see here. Oh, wait, what's this? This text every time I want to read it. Okay, but what I'm saying is you didn't write it as a continuation of what Kunst did, right? Yours is an independent thing. It looks... I'm just gonna read it. You're... Shadow, love you so much, but like, yeah, the answer is no. Okay. Live from the abandoned T72 news station. Raccoon War, Channel 6 News. Oh, number 1. This is an official thing for the war, for the Civil War. Reporter Shadow, the war reporter. Also, putting your subscription to keep us fed and working. my raccoons are begging for subs to keep eating. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is Shadow, reporting in from the news station, near the front of the war of raccoons and the humans in the mysterious Northeast. This is a new war! Guys, this is a new war. This isn't a raccoon civil war. This is the war of raccoons and humans. Oh my goodness. We seem to see something small, fighting and trying head to dumpsters around the war zone. Looks to be a tiny raccoon. We have a report from the other Channel 6 from Raccoon City that we have a missing baby raccoon. And what we just saw, it might be baby raccoon roaming around the war zone. We don't know yet. We will send others out to try and make contact with the little thing, but as of right now, it looks to be surviving in this war zone apocalypse. Oh my god, you guys! We've just been over here hanging out with the civil war between Arya the Scavenger raccoon and Archie Archives, our news reporter. So we've been hanging out that civil war. The tensions rose because baby raccoon's missing. Each side is blaming the other. Arya the Scavenger's blaming Archie Archives. Archie's blaming and worried that Arya stole baby raccoon. We've all been worried about this. Now we're hearing over here there is another war in the Northeast. I don't even know how far northeast it is. Is it Northeast Florida? Is it Northeast US? Is it in Canada? No, it's the mysterious Northeast. And there is a war between raccoons and humans. It's like Russia. So I wasn't even close. Oh my goodness. It's a battle on 2 fronts. Like the far, far northeast. Okay, okay, so it's northeast Mars. This is crazy. We have an entire new war going on. Oh my goodness, my peaceful and chill stream now has 2 different wars happening in the Cryptid Roots universe. What do you guys think? If you guys were in post-apocalyptic Cryptid Raccoon world universe, and there was a war going on in Russia between humans and raccoons, which side would you be on? Which side would you join? What do you think they're fighting over? Why do you think they're fighting against each other? I have no idea. This is the first time I've even heard about it. Oh my goodness. This is exciting. So yeah, so I really wanted to read Cubes, but it's just not showing up well for the stream. So I might put that on hold for now. Let me go back to my weave screen. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much for the posture check. Let me get it to a good window for you guys. Hold on. Hold on. What are you doing? I need you to work. There we go. Posture check. Everyone, right? The model's moving with you. Move your neck back and forth, up and down, up and down. Stretch that neck muscle a little bit. Unshrimp your back, unshrimp your spines. And remember, if you have any pet skeletons, you also have to unshrimp their spines. If your spine's all shrimpified, their spine might be all shrimpified. So take care of any pet skeletons you have in your home. They're part of your family too. Doesn't matter if you adopted or shopped, but hopefully, right, you adopted instead of shopped. You know, there's plenty of skeletons wanting homes around in your favorite local crypts or cemeteries or graveyards, and they all want homes and families to be a part of. So make sure you check their bone health, that they have nice, good posture, and otherwise, yeah, take care of you and your skeletons. The story submission thing, you did not let me put in the link to my story. IDKY. That's so interesting. Was it just a Google Doc link? Was there some issue with that, or was it a different type of link? A lifelike skeletal replica is a little stiff. Hey, it's okay. That just means they'll really appreciate it when you stretch out their spine a bit. You have a rod in your bag? My skeleton is already stretched. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's what it said. It might be baby raccoon, but we're not sure. Well, type them. That's so interesting. Are you on like a tablet? Are you on a computer, laptop? Are you on your phone? Has anyone else had issues with Has anyone else had issues with putting up the link? Isn't a good thing for us to know. We gotta troubleshoot it. Let's see. Got a story by. There we go. Straighten out my pet's particle accelerator. Oh, it's so far from Raccoon City, though. Yeah, who knows? What crazy adventures could Baby Raccoon have gotten on? You're on mobile? Okay. Maybe try again on PC. Yeah, let me know. And if not, then hey, we'll figure it out. I'll even let you like post a link or something somewhere else in the Discord, and I'll just do it. But yeah, see if you can post it in the Google Docs in the submissions. That makes it easier for me. But if you can't get it to work, then hey, we'll troubleshoot it. Don't worry. And these rules are just for convenience. If they stop being convenient, then hey, we'll figure it out. It's not like anything too crazy over here. Nick has shared it to Discord, and shared it to the submissions on phone. Huh. Is it that wonky on the phone? Oh my goodness. Let me go over to Chatty Maddie's. Oh wait, let me delete. I'm looking at the queue right now. Let me see what it looks like for me. Wait, what do you... Furry Combat Wombat? Was that who's saying it? No, your blessing is mine. Okay, okay. Furry Combat Wombat did submit it. And then Happy the Hound did. So I don't believe I see your submission at all currently. But I can also try refreshing. Let me see, it's 22 responses right now. No, still shows 22. Okay. That's interesting. So your Blennis is mine. I use PC. Yeah, it didn't show up as a submission at all. Not even as an incomplete one. It just is not there. So, double check that. I want to make sure that we get your stuff in. And if there is issues, even after you use the PC, just let me know. You can just DM me on Discord, and we'll figure it out. Don't worry. We'll work it out. Nothing too crazy. Technology is great until it wants to be a pain in the ass. Oh. Okay, so we did as much of Raccoon Channel 6 news as we could. We did do Happy the Hounds. Do we want to do Chatty Matties now? Technology can be convenient until it wants to hate you. Exactly. I wonder if Roots is in a raid right now, if they would make me soda. I'm having just water with my soda, but man, I'm having just water with my pizza right now. That's what I meant to say. But man, doesn't pizza just deserve soda? It just feels like they go hand in hand together. It should be fine. I can just have water. Oh. Chatty Matty, how do you feel about going next? You like multivitamin juice with your pizza? Man, that's a level of healthy I haven't reached yet. I thought I was just being healthy having water. Oh man, you're doing this being an adult stuff better than I am. Yeah, first the pineapple and now soda. You are triple dipping nasty. Are you a bad? No, I don't have the pineapple. Pineapple's bleh. It's Roots that likes pineapple on their pizza, like a heathen. I think about how often I've had coffee with pizza also sounds amazing. That sounds really good, actually. Make me want to order Uber Eats tonight. I'm so sorry. To be fair, I cooked this pizza at home, so at least I didn't order it. But I'm so sorry. Be strong. Think of your wallet. Like Seal and Velcro. Wait, what happened? Yes, I'd love to. All good, all good. So let me go ahead and put your name up in the thingamajiggy. Control-C. Let's see. Gotta put it in here. Make sure it shows. Yeah, it does, it does, it does. Perfect. The acid in the soda dissolves the grease from the pizza, refreshing your palate so you can eat more. Exactly. Exactly. I like your logic. That's exactly how this works. Okay, so this is the edited chapter 1. So for anyone who's new here, so Chatty Matty has submitted their stuff previously, and I actually gave them not a full developmental edit, but I did do a developmental edit report for their Act 1 of their novel, of Book 1. They have a multi-book series they're working on for Chatty Matty. I did do an editorial report on Act 1 of their first book, and as well as with other critiques they've been getting from some other streams and some other cool people and stuff, they have been working on a rewrite, on fixing things up. This is another draft. This is the newest version. So this is the edited chapter 1 for my sci-fi fantasy novel. I changed a few things from the original, cutting a character and altering a few things based on original feedback. I'm hoping to see how much better it is overall and if there's any other mistakes I missed. I'd also like to know if my changes help answer why Bridget was approached first before Barry. Okay. And if my changes work. The chapter is going to go through another round of line edits, so anything sounding too passive and not punchy, you need to know. Okay. Just, telling loopholes to stop people talking. taking people from the normal stuff that works. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so yeah, this still needs to go through a round of line edits. So I'll try and focus on anything I can from a bigger developmental edit. But also you guys here in chat, if you guys know any like sentences that could be improved, any minor little, especially spelling errors and stuff. I'm not the best at copy editing, the spelling and stuff like that. So if you guys notice anything, please feel free to comment. I have a whole slice of pizza I just want to eat. It's already getting cold, and I just want to eat it really fast. So that's what changed with Daedalus, or at least his dialogue. Okay, okay. I don't know if I can call Roots. Hold on, I'm gonna mute the mic real quick. Okay, I summoned Roots. I summoned them. We'll see if they're in a raid, they might not come. But if they're free, they might come over and make me soda. We'll see. There is a nice pizza place a 20-minute walk from me. But you've been walking all day. Oh, no, check the hours too. If it's like a local smaller thing, it might close, depending on where you are. But if it's like a bigger chain like Domino's, I know they're open like really fucking late / early in the morning. So just be aware. Two hours, you could do it. You could do it decaffeinated, I'm just saying. You could make it. It's a more local place, yeah. You could do it, I'm just saying. Around here is repeated in the first paragraph. Oh, let's take a look. Let me first of all, thank you so much, Lotus, for pointing that out, and let me start reading. That way we can get to that part. Maiden Mintaka, Chapter 1. 21st of Floria's Odyssey, 2100, the Age of One, Orion City, Exia. You're confused in the first paragraph? Oh, let's see. All around her, lively music threaded through the air as sparks spat across the stone floors. The forge fluttered with ambition. Her corner of the forge held its own gravity, carved out of the chaos around her and ruled by precision. The roar of high-tech furnaces bled faintly through reinforced walls. So we are starting off in the forge. This is a sci-fi fantasy. So we're in the main character's forge, I believe. Her goggles glowed faintly, lapis lenses catching molten reflections as they shifted. Behind them, her eyes blazed like cyan suns. Sweat traced slow paths down her orange skin, gathering at her jaw before slipping free. The white sleeveless top clung to her frame, her deep blue jumpsuit cinched by her tool belt. So we are having a lot of some very artsy descriptions. So there is I can kind of see what you're talking about, where it's like, oh yeah, what are we focusing on? The golden gauntlets hummed, a low vibration threading through bone. With a flick of her fingers, metal fragments orbited her like planets. She coaxed alignment, watched the pieces assemble, adjust a gesture. Heat brushed her cheeks as she leaned closer, breath fogging the inside of her lenses. Almost there. The last segment sealed with a soft hiss. Oh wait, I think we're, even before we go earlier, so you, Lotus, mentioned that around her is repeated in the first paragraph. All around her, first line, carved out of chaos around her and ruled by precision. I did not even notice that one. That is a good catch, Lotus. Hi, Lucas, it's good to see you. So let's see. I can't tell if we're talking about a forge as the place where swords are forged. It's fluttering fire, or if it's a description of activity in the area itself. And you're a little bit confused with the description too? Yeah, this is a little bit different than the descriptions before. It feels like we got a little bit lost in trying to... I'm trying to think of the ways to put it. That everything mentioned has to have its own descriptive things put on. So here, right, the air has lively music. The forge, it's not just a forge, it flooded with ambition. Her corner of the forge had its own gravity, carved out of chaos around her and ruled by precision. The roar of high-tech furnaces led plainly through reinforced art, where every single thing that's mentioned then also has to have more description. Some of it's very artsy, some of the more purple prose leaning a little bit, and then some of it's more literal. So that I think that's why maybe some people are getting confused. It's the artsiness of describing, like, oh yeah, the music's threading through the air, it flutters with ambition, it's doing this purple prose, but it's also doing the physical description of, like, hey, she's in a forge, she's working. So that's why I'm kind of like, oh, we're kind of going in both. Then it's her what she looks like. So one of the critiques I'd given you was going back and forth between close-up third person and then a more omniscient third person. So it seems like from this you're going for a more distant third person, more omniscient. So that will be interesting to see. Let's see if that's going to keep. Hi, Roots. I was wondering if maybe possibly there could be a soda bottle made. Woo-woo. Ginku! I'm gonna beat you. I can be an only child whenever I want. Anyone listening in, I swear we're actually really good siblings. But I'm the older sibling. I have to sound tough sometimes. I have to do a best attempt at sounding tough. Roots, there's another war going on.
Gosh dang it.
I know, there's a civil war, and now there's a war in Russia. In Cryptid Roots universe adjacent Russia between raccoons and humans. Right? That's crazy. Oh wait, so let's see here. I was trying to be more third person limited. We need to go over that again. Okay. One of the things that we were talking about is sometimes in the earlier draft, we were getting everything through Barry, the main character's Barry, from Barry's perspective. So we were hearing her thoughts, we were looking through her eyes, we were getting descriptions through how she was understanding and seeing the world. So that was very, very close to Barry. We were getting all our information through Barry. Thank you, Roots. But then other times the descriptions would notice things that Barry couldn't physically notice, such as the color of Barry's eyes and how they looked. How does Barry's hair look to other people? That kind of thing. So it was noticing things about Barry that Barry couldn't notice. So here, when we're talking about who I'm assuming is Barry still, it's noticing her goggles glowed faintly. Sweat goes down her orange skin, gathering at her jaw before slipping free. Her eyes blaze like science sense. It's noticing things about Barry. So that's what I'm saying. Oh, it's a little bit more distant. The sound of forge and how the nearby festival drowns overrides the noise. Maybe even associate the hammer with drums. Oh my god, sorry, there's fresh soda. That's fantastic. But yeah, when I had my notes in the editorial report of like, oh, you're switching what type of third person perspective you're doing. That's what I meant. Sometimes Barry, the narrative is knowing things one way, and then other times knowing things a different way. How close or distant it is from Barry. So keep an eye out on that. Let's see. Almost there. The last segment sealed with a soft hiss. She tore off her goggles and stared. A smile slipped loose before she could stop it. She gestured. The craft hovered at her command, then settled with careful grace at her work table. She ran her fingers along the hull. A functional star sailor, she hoped. In her mind, it carried her name with it across the stars. Then she felt it on the starboard. A hairline scar. Her brows knit. She slipped off her gauntlets, pushing wavy chocolate hair from her face as she crossed to the window. Below the second-story floor, Orion City moved in steady currents. The square churned with bodies, all watching what appeared to be some sort of air show. Somehow, she pictured herself in that air show. She turned back. I'm a little confused by the somehow here. I feel like describing things about, but also a bit in relation to the character could be better. In relation to the character. So like maybe how Barry feels about stuff. I almost feel... I'm kind of getting the vibe too, like the starting paragraphs in the previous draft I felt were actually a little bit more clear. I really didn't have that many issues actually with the first chapter. Not the first, the beginning of chapter 1. I think I had critiques of like, oh yeah, we mentioned so much about Barry thinking of her dad in chapter 1, the statue. There was a little bit of that, but honestly, chapter 1 was pretty okay to me. So this is a different scene. We're still starting in the forge. We're still starting with our main character. But yeah, things have changed a lot over here. This is interesting. Now has some of the new things is this festival. There's a festival going on. And she's somehow pictured herself in that air show. She turned back. At the table, her fingers skimmed the hall again. No one else would see the flaw. That didn't matter to her. Perfection is affection. That's what she told herself. Use third person, but make it seem as if Barry could be the one describing those things. Yeah, and that's kind of how it was before. So that's why I'm like, oh, it went more distant. Oh. That's what she told herself. Her fingers drifted to the ruby ankh at her neck. Oh, okay, this is different too. It's ankh now. I know I might be saying it wrong. I'm so sorry. Oh, hi, Hide and Heart. Are you back home safe? Did you have fun with all your friends? And having a kitty to cuddle up with? She closed her eyes for a breath, felt the warmth bloom. Her attention returned to the Star Sailor, brushing the last suit from its base. Then, it hit her like a hammer blow. A thick, musty stench rolled in. Her nose scrunched before she could stop it. The music stopped suddenly. Her pointed ears twitched and she turned. Oh, wait. The music stopped? Okay, I think she's playing music, but I thought the music was from the air show. You are and you did? Oh, that's so great! Alright, unks are for unks. I'll see myself out. It hit her like a hammer blow. I already read that. The music stopped suddenly. Her pointed ears twitched and she turned. Towering in the doorway, the Satyryx's bulk was wrapped in tangled, earth-toned fur that hadn't seen a comb or soap in a very long time. Dirt clung in matted clumps along his shoulders and arms. Daedalus. For someone so massive, he moved with unsettling ease on narrow, cloven legs, each step marked by a faint clack against stone. Curved horns swept back from his temples like fractured crescents. His goat-like ears twitched, rectangular pupils fixed on hers. That familiar crooked grin tugged at his lips. "Barry!" Daedalus boomed, arms spreading wide as if he meant to swallow her in fur and forge smoke. Her heart jerked. "Daedalus!" Barry chirped, a smile snapping into place without reaching her eyes. "So nice to see you!" No one would see the flaw, and perfection is affection. Feels a little contradictory. Yeah, so she knows that no one else will really notice this hairline fracture. But she's still a perfectionist character. One of her character personality traits is she is a perfectionist. So even if she knows no one else will really notice it, she notices it. So she wants everything to be perfect. And I don't really remember the perfection is affection thing ever being said to her or having a reference in Act 1, but it could always be mentioned maybe later. Is meant to be Barry thinking she earns love through perfection. Yeah, I don't really remember, at least in the earlier draft. And again, I know you've been changing characters around, so maybe now that that ideal of like, oh yeah, she earns affection through being perfect is more expressed. I don't remember it being expressed in the earlier draft of part 1. Mouse, come on. Mouse. There we go. It's just I was always expressing sentiment over too much. Okay. So nice to see you. He laughed like a chorus of off-key bleats forced through a megaphone. Still feels weird. Sounds like a fruit. Barry. Roll the name as if testing it. Barry exhaled through her nose. It had taken months to get him to stop butchering her name. This is as good as it got. She turned back to her station, sweeping stray filings aside. Her gaze flicked, unguarded for a moment, to the star sailor resting just beyond the furnace's glow. A flick of her wrist flicked, and flick of her wrist is repeated. Flick of her wrist brought the console to life. Blue light unfolded above the work table, casting a cool sheen across her skin. Orders scrolled, light, line after line. Wait a second. Seeing in a vacuum, I read it as though she didn't care about the flaw, rather than her wanting to fix it. Let me see. No one else would see that flaw. That didn't matter to her. Perfectionist affection. No, I think it is getting the idea of like, no one else would see the flaw, but then the very next thing is, that didn't matter to her. Perfection is affection. She knows no one else will see it, but she's a perfectionist. So I think that clarifies it. I think that's okay. Is it maybe a little telly? I think my only critique with it is it's a little telly still, rather than showing. But that's my only real critique with it. So she's turned to her station. She's moving the garbage aside. Her gaze flicks. She's looking at the star sailor, resting just beyond the furnace's glow. A gesture of her wrist brought the console to life. Blue light unfolded above the work table, casting a cool sheen across her skin. Orders scrolled down and down. So this console is not the Star Sailor. Okay. I think that got a little confusing here. It's talking about the Star Sailor and then a flick of her wrist, and it brought a console to life. I thought it was bringing the Star Sailor to life. And then I'm like, wait, why is the Star Sailor showing orders line after line? But then I'm like, oh wait, no, I think this console is not the Star Sailor. Yeah, they're different. A dagger, a toy, a computer repair, all of them too easy. She scrolled rapidly, eyes flicking across the cascading list. There had to be something more interesting, something with teeth. Why'd you come here, Daedalus? Barry asked, not bothering to look up. Her tone stayed airy, almost bored, though her attention remained sharp on the feed. Okay, so that's the next thing. The delicate processing, knowing how much and when is not easy, 100%. Everyone, we're all still working on it, right? We're all slowly getting better at our craft. One of the things here, so I noticed, so he comes in, Daedalus shouts, Barry. Barry says, Daedalus! And she's like smiling without it reaching to her eyes. So nice to see you. He laughs, but he's spreading his arms wide as if he meant to swallow her in fur enforcement. He's opening his arms up for a hug, right? He's opening his hairy arms, his hairy goat body out. He wants to hug her. And she's like, oh, hi, Daedalus. And then she just turns away and she's looking. She's like, oh, why'd you come here? It's not mentioning what Daedalus did after that. I don't think he did hug her. Did she, like, sidestep him? Did he, like, awkwardly, like, put his arms down? Like, what I feel like I missed a step with what happened with Daedalus after he was going in for a hug. He leaned against the edge of the bench, furry arms folding as his eyes glinted with that familiar, infuriating mischief. Boss has gotta check on his crafters once in a while. This is a prestigious forge, you know? He's just pretty much stopped. Before. Yeah, it's just for me as a reader. I'm like, oh wait, something... I feel like I missed a beat. I think it's something in your head that he stopped and he just dropped his arms. But for the readers, it's like, wait, what? What happened? I missed a step here. This is a prestigious forge, you know? Is it prestigious? Prestigious? I'm probably saying it wrong either way. Barry rolled her eyes, the gesture hidden behind the glow of the console. I thought you said innovation shouldn't be interrupted, she shot back, mimicking his tone with a faint smirk. Innovation mustn't be disturbed, but only when it's important, he echoed with mock gravity. He's T-posing for dominance? That would actually be so funny. In my story, the reader kind of gets thrown into the middle. I plan to explain the backstory, what happened before the point the reader gets thrown in. Clues and context. Also character interactions. Okay. Opening lore should be drip-fed to the reader. Yep. But too little leaves it confusing. So let's see. Barry snorted, her fingers stalling mid-flick. An order pulsed on the screen. A robot repair. It seemed interesting enough to keep her hands busy. I'll take this one. It's been sitting for a month already, she said. Daedalus squinted at the hologram, his grin slipping for the briefest moment. A robot, huh? Not bad. His voice dipped, something more deliberate threading through it. But I've got better. Something more fitted to your talent. Barry's pulse hitched despite herself. What do you mean, better? His grin sharpened. Her stomach sank. Let's just say you don't need to drain some poor fella for his last Christics, Daedalus said. Barry's eyes narrowed, arms folding across her chest as she finally turned to face him. Okay, who's it from? Oh, my lo-fi beats, no! Okay, who's it from? Queen Andromeda. She wants a sword for her daughter, he said. Barry's arms dropped. You mean Fee? She asked, the name leaving her without hesitation. It lingered, heavier than it should have. She hadn't seen Fee in weeks, long enough for the memory of her to sharpen instead of fade. Duty had a way of pulling her away, wrapping her in ceremony until there was nothing left but quiet moments. Barry could almost feel her again, close enough that reaching out would mean something she wasn't ready to name. It's a little confusing. It's the backstory of the characters ties into the world I am building. Yeah. That sounds interesting. I'm really excited to read it. So I want to... So we've had some people in the chat, and even I'm like... I think I'm grasping it because I have read earlier drafts. But even if I hadn't read the earlier drafts, I would feel a little lost a bit with this one. I'd be a little confused where I'm focusing. So that is the first 2 pages. For Chatty Matt, I don't want to put you on the spot, so it's totally okay if you're not comfortable with it. In comparison, now that you've gotten this feedback and this feel for this new draft of the first pages of Chapter 1, would you be willing to share the older version of it and see if the people here in the chat seem to understand and follow the story with the older draft better. Because for the people in chat, I will say it takes place in the same thing. It takes place with Barry in the forge, and then Daedalus comes and gives her a job. The same thing like happens. I just feel like I got it easier. I got it as a reader easier in the last draft. This one, for some reason, it's a little harder to follow. So would you be okay if I actually now read the earlier draft and see if other people in chat have that same vibe I got, just to make sure it's not me pulling you in the wrong direction? Let me know. Being very old friends. I remember you mentioned making that change. Yeah, all good. So I'm gonna, when Chatty Matty's ready, I'm actually gonna read the first page or so of their older draft. And if you guys in chat who were commenting on this, if you guys would be willing, are you guys okay hearing the older draft and seeing what you guys think in comparison? We can all pull you in the wrong direction together instead. Oh my goodness, yeah. One of the things with the critique is, again, remember when people's giving you critique, they might not get the picture. I might be flat out wrong. I do want to remind you guys about that. I might give you guys bad advice. I always try my best just not to do that. But sometimes critique partners, they're not seeing your vision. So it is part of the process of you as the writer take critique, and sometimes that can be really hard. But if you do those hard choices, your work will normally get better for it. But then also trust your gut and realize when maybe a critique partner, even if they're a blooba on your screen with the best intention, is leading you down the wrong path, right? You gotta kind of like hold back and be like, this is actually a better change here. What's happening? Oh, good, Hide and Heart. Yeah, you're interested. Good. Okay. Yeah, Trickster. See, I blooba with the best intentions, and in my head, I sometimes give good advice. But hey, always take it with a grain of salt. Oh yay, Hide! I'm so glad this model doesn't have a blush toggle that works. Oh my goodness. I do agree with you, Gab. Yeah, it's very individual, but ultimately it's your story. Exactly. Every change that you do, every critique you take on, you gotta stand with it. Put in story submissions, or if you just want to put it in a Discord, if anything like that, if you want to even DM it to me, whatever is just a quick little way for me to click on the link. I got you. Oh, you like my video? Oh my god. I can't take these compliments. No. Hold on, take a sip of my soda. Let's see. Thank you so much for liking my reading voice. It's good to know I'm not totally annoying. You don't need to accept critique from one person. You probably should accept the same critique from multiple sources. That is a really good thing. If more and more people point it out, it means it's a consistent issue. But even then, I would say, like, if it's it depends on what you want to do. If you want to sell it to the masses and make a fuck ton of money and like peace out, then like, yeah, do whatever change you want. If it's for your own creative thing and you feel really passionate about something, then like, hey, stick to your guns, because at the end of the day, it's just whatever makes you happy. Like, it just depends. Let's see. That. So we just read the first 2 pages of that. Let me load up this guy. Let's see. The versions of I'm Honest, haha. Have you considered being an audiobook? You guys are all so sweet that you don't find my voice annoying. I need you guys to understand, my voice is still annoying. I don't think I could be an audiobook. And also, do you guys know how often I mispronounce things? Do you guys know how often that happens? My dyslexic ass mispronounces basic words. Multiple times every hour. I could never. Literally just transform, be a blue, like, audiobook, just be a blue cryptid audiobook, just transform into one. Oh man, I haven't considered that. Do audiobooks have to pay taxes? Do I have to file taxes if I exist as a physical audiobook? My kids I will start thinking of fanfics for it before you've ever finished. But a person will just say to me once, if you ever release this book, I'm fucking sure will be your first fan. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm in game design school. I'm a game designer first and a writer second. That's super cool. Is that they don't get it is 9 times out of 10 not a valid defense against criticism. Though a great motto I learned there is listen to their problems but not their solution. It's true, it's true, it's true. Especially depending on what level, where the source is you're getting the feedback from. If you have like a very professional developmental editor or line editor who's very good at their job, who sees what you're trying to do, sometimes they do give you solutions, and those are very, very valid solutions. Those are experts. They're very good at their job. Not everyone, again, you don't need any particular certification to be an editor. It's not like a college degree or anything. So anyone could say they're an editor. So it's again, if they're a good editor who gets what you're going with, they're on the same wavelength as you, they can offer solutions sometimes because they get what you're going for. But like a beta reader, it's a huge thing with some indie authors doing self-publishing. They give stuff to some beta readers, and a beta reader's main thing is just saying if they like it or not. Were they interested? Were they invested? What point did they stop being invested? What point did they lose attention? That's what a beta reader is. It's just for general feedback to see if things are working. But then they'll ask beta readers, okay, what's the problem? How do you fix it? And the beta readers will like offer solution. Beta readers are just readers. They're just readers. So they'll offer solutions that are not the correct solution. Just absolutely wild, crazy ass shit where if you then ask the developer, hey, how do I fix this? They'd be like, oh no, it's this completely other issue instead. Like you're getting a solution from somebody who does not understand math. That is not any hate or shade to a beta reader. Beta readers are fantastic and great, useful parts of the writing and book ecosystem that it is. But it's understanding what they are for, what they do. You can't be asking for math solutions for somebody who doesn't know math. Okay, it doesn't work. Let's see. Maybe to whomever your publisher is? For what? Just don't write romance with the main characters, please. They are very young. Oh my goodness. Add more run-on sentences. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, thank you, Gal. It's so good to see you. Hello, hello. I think I like the idea of the edits, but the description of the original. Oh, for beta readers? Food critic is not a chef. That's true, that's true. A film critic is not a producer, and a reader is not an author. It's 100% true. 100%. So know where you're getting your solutions from. Some people who offer you solutions are not equipped to have offered you those solutions. Oh, for your first chapter. You like the idea of the edits, but the description of the original. Okay. So you like what vibes you have going, the changes to the overall story you made in chapter 1, but then the actual maybe like writing and descriptions, you like the earlier draft better. Sorry if I'm being demanding here. I can't read it right now. We are still in the middle of Chatty Matties, but maybe when I'm done with Chatty Matty, if you're still here, I would totally be fine switching over to you, because I know you've been waiting for a while. Our schedules, we've just been missing each other, haven't we? I know you're earlier on in the queue. So if you're still here when I'm done with Chatty Matties, maybe next 2 pages, then yeah, we can totally switch to your 15, okay? But no, I get you. I know you've been waiting a while. We've been trying to get some people earlier on in the queue done. Oh. Okay. Let's see. So same time zone. Orion City, Exia. The forge throbbed like a living heart. Hammer strikes rang in rhythmic bursts, metal screaming and singing under pressure. Sparks spat across the stone floors, sizzling as they died. Heat pressed in from every direction, dense, oppressive, alive, and beneath it all pulsed something sharper, ambition. Every clang, every hiss of steam carried the rhythm of creation. say something. I'm making things for myself, including my... So many opportunities to say anything. Wait, what? I'm a little confused. Her corner of the forge felt carved out of the chaos. A world defined by precision and intent. The roar of high-tech furnaces bled faintly through reinforced walls, but in here it was just her. Her tools, her thoughts, her fire. To be fair, that is kind of what it's the hammer strikes. Barry is the one at the forge. Her goggles glowed faintly, lapis lenses catching reflections of molten gold as they moved. Behind them, her cyan eyes burned brighter still, focused to a razor point. Sweat traced slow paths down her orange skin, gathering at her jaw before dripping onto the gray jumpsuit clinging to her frame. Her brown tool belt knocked softly against her hips with each controlled motion. The golden gauntlets hummed, a low vibration thrumming through her bones. With a flick of her fingers, metal fragments rose, obedient, precise, floating like stars caught in a private orbit. She drew them closer, coaxing them into alignment. They spun, shifted, locked together in midair with sharp, ringing clicks. Heat kissed her cheeks as she leaned forward, breath fogging the inside of her lenses. Every movement was deliberate. Her pulse synced with the slow rotation of steel, with the hum of the forge itself. Almost there. Just a fraction more. The final piece sealed with a hiss, like something exhaling after being born. Can I do that? Her breath hitched. Pride flared hot and sudden in her chest. She plunged the finished piece into the quenching bath, and the water erupted, shrill and violent, steam rolling upward in ghost-white ribbons that curled toward the ceiling. She tore off her goggles and stared through the mist, watching her reflection ripple across the water's surface. A smile tugged free before she could stop it. This wasn't just metal. This was her heartbeat given shape. She guided the creation to her work table, heart pounding as it hovered, then settled with careful grace. Her fingers lingered on its cool surface, rough in places, imperfect, but solid, real. A model star sailor. Just a model, she reminded herself. And yet... Her eyes gleamed like polished sapphires as she traced the hull. She imagined it soaring through vacuum, cutting across starlight, slipping into unknown corners of the galaxy. Uncharted worlds, forgotten secrets, her name whispered in workshops and academies alike. Her brows knit. There, just beneath the curve of the hull, a flaw. A hairline scar, barely visible. Her smile faded. She sighed, frustration curling tight in her chest. Slipping off her gauntlets, she swept her wavy chocolate hair aside and stepped to the window. Below the second story of the forge, the city buzzed, alive, relentless, and at its center stood the statue. Heroic, flawless, eyes fixed forever on the horizon, untouchable. I remember not liking this. I think it's only a little bit. Yeah, because Daedalus is here. She straightened instinctively. I can do better. I have to do better. Back at the table, her fingers skimmed the model again. The crack mocked her, subtle enough that no one else would ever notice. But she did. And that was enough. Her hand hovered over a file. Paused. Perfection wasn't just symmetry. It wasn't just smooth edges or seamless joins. Perfection was everything. It was expectation, worth, proof. Perfection is affection. That was what she told herself. I like the descriptions in the original a lot more. They aren't as confusing. And this one's the original here, right? Just to clarify, the one I'm reading now is the older draft, is the original. Yeah, I do feel like understanding-wise, I understood stuff more here. Now, am I still seeing stuff like the issues I pointed out before, right? The pacing issues, the statue with her dad issues that's going to be repeated a little bit too often later. There's some bigger stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, like that can be fixed. And again, the perspective. I think a lot of the lines were copied over, so we're still going to have that switching what type of third-person perspective you're doing, and that just happens throughout the work, right? That's just being aware and choosing what perspective you want. The original does better description, but the edits have the better idea, especially the bigger developmental edits. Yeah. And that's why I feel like that's why I was like, oh wait, what's happened here? Things have changed. Things have changed. I'm not quite so sure. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Everyone, we already checked on our skeletons and our pet skeletons earlier. We're just gonna check our necks again, move back and forth. The model's doing it with you, back and forth, up and down. I'm not sick anymore, so I can actually move my head up and down, so that's great. Unshrimp thyself. It's true, you gotta unshrimp yourself. You guys are not shrimps. It's one of the few things that are not raccoons. Fun fact, most critters can be a raccoon, an honorary raccoon, but shrimps cannot. So let's see. But yeah, I think, at this time the general... Why? Where were we? It's like, that's what I was explaining earlier. She's swept her wavy chocolate hair aside, right? She's, her cyanide burned brighter still, focused to a razor point. How her lenses look, reflecting the molten gold. That stuff that a camera fully removed from you is noticing. You're treating it like a movie scene. So this is a really, really distant, more omniscient third-person perspective. The other parts of this work are a very close third-person perspective, where it's like literally the camera's right over her shoulder, right? We're kind of in her brain a little bit. We're right on her shoulder, seeing everything that she's doing and what's happening to her. So be aware what type of third person you're doing and don't switch. Goggles that covered her face enough to fog up her breath were funny. My honest reaction was just so... A mask? No, wait a second. Where was that? Catching reflections of molten gold as they moved. Behind them, her cyanide burned. Is that not in this version? Losing chapter 2 as the excuse to describe her more. Not the goggles issue in the edits. Well, just also, if you want it to be close third person, the edits and then what you're saying you're doing, it just aren't matching up. If you want it to be close third person, describing a character sooner isn't bad, especially in chapter 1 compared to chapter 2. It's not bad to know, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave description of she has wavy brown hair, she has orange skin, she has cyan eyes, she has all these details, right? And that you wanted to introduce that relatively sooner rather than later. It should just be described from Barry's point of view rather than a more omniscient, distant third person describing her. So if this was a close third person, some of the dialogue might be like, when Barry meets Daedalus, she is at first repulsed, like, oh, his hair's all uncombed, it's all unkept, he's stinky and dirty, right? She's thinking that, and then she catches her thoughts and like realizes, she like brushes her hand through her hair, and then feels self-conscious, because like her hair, she's been sweating in the forge for the past few hours, it's been a whole work day, her hair is a sweaty mess, her wavy brown hair is a sweaty mess, it looks like a rat's nest, it's all this different stuff, so who was she to really make fun of Daedalus when she probably looked like a hot mess too. Even stuff like she working in the forge always felt like she could always feel the heat, she could feel how warm it is, and looking down her skin, it's hard to tell if she actually got burned or not because she's already orange. because I just put him in the warmth. Oh, that's cute. A lot as excuses to describe characters. Yeah, but it should be described from them if you want close third person. So that's what I said. I made him out in my developmental edit. What perspective do you want? Just be clear with it and be consistent with it. You have a giant blanket over both of you guys. That's so cute. This one was obviously going for further away one. So if you want it to be this way, then do it this way. Lean into a more omniscient third person, a more distant third person. If you want to be a close third person, do a close third person. Yeah, she ran a hand through her thick hair, her fingers getting tangled in the curls. She realized how sweaty and gross she was. Her brown hair probably looked like horrible. She started to feel bad about it. Just describe it from the character's thoughts. It's, I think, perfect timing to work on the next news report as it's getting dark. Yeah, I had to send a message to Kunst about I couldn't read theirs. I feel so bad. I have to do it next time. The two favoring the changes, but with the detail of the original. And again, I noticed a lot too, like entire lines or paragraphs were like copied over. You do have really big developmental editing changes you're doing. So I'm still worried that you're caught in trying to do a developmental edit on a line edit. So to be prepared. Sometimes it is just a huge developmental edit first, and then going in with the line edits. So both are fine. Just be aware. Why do you have to do one or the other? I always work on mine in Google Docs, and then I just copy paste it on over to the assignment table. Shadow. That's what I do. It might just be my brain doing all at once. I know, but sometimes if there's... when your brain's trying to make you go backwards on the racetrack, you gotta be in control of your brain and be like, no, brain, we're gonna do something else instead. We're not gonna go backwards on the racetrack. I almost choked on my soda. I'm fine. You like all the stories? Yeah. It's a really cool story. I'm super happy that you're working on it and taking the time to do these hard edits. That way your story's in the best chance it can be to be picked up by an agent. I know you're researching agents and stuff, and you're getting ready for the querying journey. So I'm rooting for you. I'm in your corner. But I also know, like, hey, I've done edits too. I feel, I know it's so easy. Just be like, oh, it's just a little line edit or two. I can just do the line edits. It's fine. And I'm like, sometimes it's just, you just gotta buckle down and do those big developmental edits first. It sucks, but it's true. But thank you for letting us read both side by side. I wanted to get not just my feedback, but also some people in chat's feedback of like, hey, was it just me, or were the descriptions, was the understanding how we're introduced to the scene making more sense? Heidenheart, you sent your first query letter? Oh, rooting for you very cryptically. That's funny. Oh my god, but you sent your first query letter, Heidenheart? That's so exciting! Huge praise for Heidenheart. That's one of the scariest things to do, and you're doing it. You know, I should batch them, but I need to do just one to rip the band-aid. No, I think doing one at a time. It's totally okay to do, like, one every few days. Like, if you just do, like, 2 or 3 a week, that's still a batch. You sent out 2 or 3 a week, even if those were different days of the week. And what that does is, if you even choose people who have a faster response time on average, even if they're not the top people in your agent queue, you'll sometimes get faster responses from them, and it's a really good thing to see, like, hey, so this person normally responds in like 2 to 3 weeks, but my top agents respond in 6 to 8 weeks, right? So you might send it to the 2 to 3 week person first, see what they do. Do they respond to you? Do they ask for the full thing? Do they have any advice for you? And if they do, then you can actually adjust your thing, do any edits you need, and then submit to your more popular, the higher ranking agent that you want. It's not a bad strategy. And the glass was removed entirely. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for anyone in the comments. You guys aren't understanding some of these edits, but yeah. I get you. It's the soda opening up. I know I just almost choked on the soda, but now I'm pouring more soda. Alright, so I said when we were finished with Chatty Matties, if Galler was still in chat, I would do theirs. Let me see if they're still here. Galler 15? Okay, yes, you're here. Okay, do you still have time? Do you have time for us to start reading your submission? How are you feeling? How much time do you have? You do be. Oh my goodness. Let me start getting things set up. Chatty Matty, I'm going to remove you from the queue, but again, if you want to resubmit, that's totally fine. It's just for clarity for me. So we did read yours. Let me go to the very front. Let me see. Star Nova. There we go. You're number 5. Okay, short story. Let me pull it up. Control C. The only description I have is it is a short story. Let's see. I think I'm working on the reports on my Chromebook and docs instead of my phone. Okay. It's like having a heated lap blanket where my reader dog lives. Oh my god, yeah, little pets and critters, they get so warm. It's so nice during the cold season because then you're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna steal this little critter from their body. I just want to get warm. Okay, this was part of a collection of slice of life stories for a very weird setting I made. Oh, okay, what's the setting? What are we looking at? Let me get the right author in the corner. There we go. By pure accident? Dude, Angst always crawls under my blanket against me. Oh, that's cute. Hi, big old booty boy. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I was reading everyone else's stuff. I completely blanked. But welcome on in. It's good to see you. So that is the correct author in the upper right corner. Let me move the document a bit so you guys can see it better. I think that looks good. Ayo. No. Oh no, does your pupper have fleas? Oh no, poor pupper. Hello, welcome on in. You came in at just the perfect time, my little chatter. We are just about to start this critique. This is by Galler 15. We were just about to read it. It's a short story. Oh, it's only 4 pages long, so I think I can do that. I think that's fine. And I will be giving critique as I read it. Normally on bigger issues, if I notice smaller things, I'll point them out if I can. But it's just 1 or 2 critiques. You guys in chat can also give critiques, especially because, again, we all notice different things. The only rule is you just gotta be nice about it, right? We don't need any meanies trying to tear anybody down. We're all just trying to help each other be better storytellers. And I'm falling more in love with book 2. Oh, that's awesome! I'm glad that you're liking your stories. So yeah, so Gallet, you said it's a very weird setting you made. What type of setting are we looking at? The only description I got from you in your submission is it's a short story. So what setting are we looking at? Anything you want to let us know about? And then also, is there any specific critique that you're looking at getting? Again, I'll just do general critique if not, but you can also specify. You can clarify. I want critique on the characters. How do they come across? I want critique on my dialogue. I want critique on my pacing. Anything like that. Imagine a world that is Earth, but just unlike other urban fantasy, it never was hidden away. Wait. I'm gonna guess there's a magical part. There's a magical part and it was never hidden away. So you have the chances to see a werewolf neighbor one day. One of them flying or one of them having a house that is subjected to SCP and it's just a normal thing. Yeah, so that's totally a branch of urban fantasy. Not every urban fantasy story does the hidden realm of magic. So yeah. People with superpowers, it's just randomly be a thing. Not to mention you could legitimately see Apollo on the beach taking a freaking margarita like it was normal. The critique is mostly the dialogue. You want us to focus on the dialogue. Got it. But yeah, that's totally Totally not weird at all. That's absolutely a subgenre in urban fantasy. They just don't see it often. Yeah, let me see. Sometimes different fonts can trick my dyslexia a little bit, so let's see how well I read this. A limbo was a plane of existence that was quite foggy at times and dull in color. But it didn't mean there wasn't any extravagance in it. Like, for example, the research bed and breakfast of Dina Agaris. I don't know if I said that last name right. Yes, it's Comic Sans because I might have ADHD. Wait. I don't think the font correlates to ADHD. But Spanish is your mother tongue. Okay, so it could be like a different language thing. Okay. I don't think it corresponds to ADHD though. Is that a thing? I haven't heard that. I know sometimes different fonts are good for different learning disabilities, like dyslexia for me, right? But I don't remember if Comic Sans is a dyslexia-friendly one or not. While it had Spanish-style architecture, some parts were from a normal building from the living world. It had sections that looked right out of a classic Gothic novel on a budget. I'm a little confused here. So it says, while it had Spanish-style architecture, comma, some parts were from a normal building from the living world. Is this implying Spanish architecture isn't normal and from the living world? That's what it kind of comes across off when it's phrased that way. Sounds like Spanish is not normal, not part of the living world. By the way, this would have given you a connection. Limbo's more like mirror world to ours. Okay. But yeah, just this phrase, the way this sentence is, I would rewrite it because it's implying the living world doesn't have Spanish-style architecture. That's what it's coming across. Can you say you can work? Okay, let me see. Let's see. No, my model! Fuck the white lady. There we go. Nothing happened. Nobody noticed anything. Your blindness is mine. And I do see a Google Doc, and it looks like it's all good. Quick little peekaroo. Yep, it pulled up. It looks good. I see it. You're all good. Let's see. So when someone builds a building from Earth, one pops in limbo. The section of limbo is located in Panama. More accurately, it was made in Panama. Or popped in Panama. Okay. Got it. Wow, did you guys see the white lady? Yeah, what do you guys talk? I never saw a white lady. I don't know. Everyone keeps mentioning they see sightings of a random white woman, and I'm like, who? I never see her. I don't know her. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, no problem. Panama is your home, by the way? Okay. Hi, Aaron. It's good to see you. Sorry, I'm chewing real quick. Gothic novel on a budget. This gave the place a unique air that only a lunatic could appreciate. Oh, okay, that's funny. Up to including the board on the window that had a menu, which Dina was also known for. Unfortunately for Andy, this was the place he was called to work. He didn't much like it, mostly because of the insane ideas the owner had when it came to food. Just stay calm, don't assume the worst, Andy reassured himself, irritated and tired. Oh, you guys were gaming? That sounds fun. What game were you guys playing? Andy's is a what demon? Is it supposed to be owl demon? He's an owl demon. He slowly approached the door and knocked. It took some time before he heard the tap-tap of Dina approaching. The hinges creaked, letting Andy see Dinah in all her messy glory. Is it Dina or Dinah? When I think of Dinah, I think it has an H at the end. So is it just Dinah without the H? This is Galler 15. If you get... I don't know, her messy glory. Like any fallen, she was a pale blue humanoid with horns. Andy noticed her legs were scaled. She also had a crocodile's tail, with black rings protruding from her back. Blah, 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 blah. Her wrinkled, stained lab coat waved in the wind. Her black, unkempt hair contrasted with the white layer of flour that was on top of it. And that wasn't mentioning her coffee-stained skirt. The only thing that wasn't an offense to clothing sanitation and dress code was her pink shirt. Even then, it had some detritus on it, which looked suspiciously like concrete dust. I pronounce things in Spanish very different from English. Fallen and devil are synonymous. Okay. Oh, hello, Andy. Come in, Dinah said enthusiastically, her violet lips forming a smile. As you can see, I need someone to clean the rest of my house. Why is house spelled that way? Is it not supposed to be house? A roar that emanated from deep inside interrupted her, which made Andy look at her suspiciously. Should I ask if that's another of your mad experiments? Dinah's smile turned forced as her pupils contracted in panic. Oh, that's nothing. It's just a stupid golem I made in the basement. You know, they tend to... She was interrupted by another roar, which shook the whole building, and something cracking. Andy could feel the static of magic in the air ruffling his feathers, and Dinah looked constipated as she grimaced. There we go. Since that house yeah, I know it's an interruption. I was asking, is the interrupted word supposed to be house? House like that. Or is it supposed to be something else? And the rest of my I'm trying to figure out what that word is. So I want to make sure it's just not a spelling error of house. Okay, it was supposed to be House. Okay, yeah. So that was it. That's why I was like, wait, I'm confused. Is it not house? But yeah. It's just a copy edit. That's fine. Move out, Dinah demanded. Making Andy step aside as she ran past him. Maybe just move? Maybe just move, Dinah demanded, making Andy step aside as she ran past him. Andy followed her to see that a corner of the building had exploded and it was scorched. Whatever it was also smelled like cake. Nope, Andy decisively said. Dinah gave him a questioning glance. Whatever the hell that was, I am not going to fight that problem. Hi, Trallian. Language. I thought you said Spanish was your first language. Wait, what? Yes, so just English isn't your first. Sorry. So it's all good. Freaking hate typos. It happens. I get you. I'm trying to point things out. Do you not want me to point out whenever I see those typos and stuff? I don't want to frustrate you by pointing it out. That's one of the things. I never want to frustrate you guys by doing a critique. Do you just want the bigger dialogue and like some bigger beats rather than me pointing out typos? Okay. Don't worry about it. Got it. Nope. Whatever the hell that was, I'm not going to fight that problem. I called you to clean that up, not to fight it, Dinah complained. Her crocodilian tail slapped the ground in stress. With that thing around, Andy's feathers raised in distress. You know what? Never mind. Can you tell me what you did? So you know how I often do culinary experiments, right? Dinah said, showing her knife-like teeth. And please don't tell me that labs and kitchens aren't the same thing. They are. Dinah, they might be the same, but they don't create golems. I'm unfortunately very intimate with them. Like when you use necromancy on a muffin. Andy stated dryly, severely unamused. He pinched the bridge of his beak upon realizing why she asked that inane question. You inscribed the word of life in it while drunk, didn't you? Hey, this time I want to make it edible for future customers, Dinah complained. Or give Stanley sprinkle pranks? Sprinkle pranks? Honestly, my mind was kind of foggy when I did. For anything that is death, including our food. Very cool. Before she could continue, there was a roar again, and a bolt of magic flew out of the building, breaking through the concrete and diagonally going to the sky. It exploded in a colorful pattern similar to fireworks. Annie pointed at it as he asked, "What the hell is that?" Okay, I may have installed something when I was tipsy. There was a fireworks cannon lying around for presentations, Dinah confessed. But I might have got it out for a birthday or something. No, that would be crazy. Andy's face twisted in anger. That's your takeaway from this situation? You jackass. Oi, screw you. I was trying to stop and deactivate it before it causes problems. Is she saying oi? Is she from like the... Is she like European? I know like like British people say oi. I think Australians say oi, but I'm not sure. So it just depends on where she is. If she would say oi or not. Like where she's from, she would say oi. I think... Do Scottish and Irish people also say oi? I don't know. Aussies do in fact say oi. Very fun. See, I got something right. Okay. Probably all those other ones I said don't. That would be so fucking funny. I got one out of like 4 different places I mentioned right. A regional way of talking. Okay, yeah, just something to be aware of. Screw you, I was trying to stop and deactivate it before it causes problems. She flared her hands in frustration. I just called you here to deal with the mess after. I didn't expect you to be this early. Andy couldn't look more offended if he tried, which made Dinah flinch slightly. The owl demon took a bit of air and exhaled, trying to calm his nerves. His voice was calm, but he barely concealed his underlying fury. Calm and calms repeated. Dinah, just deactivate the damned thing, and let me do my job, okay? I think it's just damn. Just deactivate the damn thing, not damned. And let me do my job, okay? He denied himself the pleasure of pouncing at Dinah's throat. Before either of them could move, a golden light came from above, briefly illuminating the dull-colored plane. The light subsided gradually, revealing a humanoid being with white wings covered in multicolored eyes. It's EMN. There you go. It's that. Either the Philippines used it or ahoy. I need a fact checker there, but I know Scandinavians also say it. They say it like oi. Huh. So wow, a lot more places say it than I thought. That's so interesting. I learned something new today. Oh. So sometimes when I have really crunchy burnt pizza, which is so delicious and amazing and I love it, sometimes I've chewed on so much it actually sometimes even hurts my teeth because it's so charcoal. And right now I'm like, oh, I was chewing so much on my burnt pizza that I'm like, oh, my jaw hurts. Huh? Sorry, so I was eating burnt pizza earlier. I love my burnt pizza. It's so good. It's the best flavors charcoal. I firmly believe that. It should be burnt. I'm napping on my mouth hurts. I'm like, ah. How's your gut alive? I don't know. Polish people tend to say it too, but more so in the cottages and farm sides. Oh, so it's like even a regional thing there. Oh, that's so neat. Covered in multicolored eyes. The being was surrounded by an aura of light that emanated from a translucent rainbow circle on top of the angel's long burgundy locks of hair. That one's a bit of a run-on sentence, I think. The fairly androgynous individual seemed to blend with his light as he turned, and he could see they were wearing a full-body coat. So it's an androgynous individual, but I think it's also a man. Because it's saying his as he. So wait. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Have a good one. Crispy with an aftertaste of charcoal. Yum, yum. I have an iron stomach? I do not. I'm a baby. It's just for whatever reason, one of the few things that my stomach can handle is like, oh yeah, if it's burnt, that's probably fine. I wanna know, hi, oh hello Kios, it's good to see you. It's supposed to say they, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, so cute. Sorry, just a quick thing. I was trying to read the Raccoon Channel 6 news, and I couldn't with the way you have it set up. I couldn't read yours. It was showing all funny. So sorry, gal. I'm just gonna show this real quick to Kunst while I have them. Like, do you see this? So then I expand it, right? So view whole file. But then do you see how when there's a sentence, it then goes off the screen way over here? And I'd had to do that back and forth for like every line, and it gets too hard to do it. So if you could, I don't know what format this is, but if you could do it in a more just copy paste it style, then I could read it for next Raccoon Channel 6 news. I'm so sorry. Why can't I do the thingamajig? Is it loud? There we go. Do their preference? Okay. I never did that before. Yeah, I've never seen it before. It's so funny. Yes, I was doing like, oh yeah, it's an androgynous angle, but then it said his and he. So as they turned, Andy could see they were wearing a full body coat. A second set of wings wrapped around their torso. The angel looked at the duo with serene blue eyes that deteriorated immediately into annoyance when they saw Dinah. Dinah, what did you do this time? The angel asked, their voice a chorus of female and male tones, though the female was more pronounced. This harmony didn't hide their displeasure. Dinah clicked her tongue in annoyance. Don't get mad at me for something you did. Hello, Serial. How are you doing? Andy saluted the angel, which just bowed in return at the polite greeting. I am fine, Andy. The usual work. Aside from people sending complaints about the noise and the explosion, which is why I came here, Serial said with a smile. On that subject, can you tell me what happened here? Wait a second, what? The angel is replying to Dinah? Wait, what? Did I say something wrong? Dinah, what did you do this time? Dinah then says, don't get mad at me for something you did. Andy then says the polite greeting. And then the angel speaks to Andy. Andy looked at Dinah, who began to shrink in shame for what had happened. Dinah, should I tell them or should you? Maybe I missaid a word. I'm sorry if I did. Fine. I will do it, Dinah said, defeated. But on one condition. Can you help me get rid of that cake golem that I made while drunk? Please? And then don't get mad at me. is the angel replying to Dinah's expression. Oh! Okay. Unclear tongue and annoyance, comma. Yeah, so the way it's currently read, I assume Dinah said that, but you're saying the angel said that. Got it. Hi, baby Baba Bean. Excuse me? A what with a what? Sariel asked, showing bewilderment in all their eyes. A roar and another magic bolt collapsed the ceiling this time. Sariel looked at Dinah, who forced a smile, then at Andy. Don't look at me, Andy said as quickly as he could. I'm here to clean up her mess, nothing more. Lord above, give me strength, Sariel sighed. They got near the duo as a net materialized in their hand. I know you wanted to. Oh wait, no, stop! I don't want to do it. I don't want to be suggesting. What is this? What is this? I just want to be in viewing mode. There we go. Stop giving me permissions to like do things. I just want to be in viewing mode. That's not to you specifically. Other raccoons do it too, and I'm like, don't trust me with things. I do things on accident. No, don't trust Cryptid with everything. Hi, what's up? He got near the duo as he materialized a net from his hand. I will hold it off while you erase the engravings, and Dinah, please stop being drunk on your job. Trust you with my— No! No! I don't want to be trusted with anyone's life. I barely want to be entrusted with my own. I had to make, like, adult responsible choices. It sucks. Stop being drunk on your job. Dinah laughed nervously as she walked alongside the angel into her home, and Andy rolled his eyes in irritation, because Andy knew it would take quite a lot of time to clean the mess that Dinah had made. At least he wasn't the guy who would need to rebuild the house. Because in the state, the building would be a nightmare to fix, even with magic to help. Because in its current state, the building would be a nightmare to fix, even with magic to help. Not to mention the fine Dinah was about to receive for all of this. Andy felt slightly sorry for her. But then again, it is her mess, Andy thought. Work always made him meet interesting people. But in the case of Dinah, things got far too exciting for his health. That said, the stories and crazy things she did were good anecdote material for parties or for just talking with other people. Now, if they weren't threatening or headache-inducing, I might appreciate them more, Andy thought. Oh, what a day. As Andy's stress and thoughts faded away into the ether, he waited in front of the building, listening to the multiple roars as the angel and demon battled to subdue the golem. At least Andy could say that the day was entertaining. And that's the end of it. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you. Love you, Roots. Aren't you an adult? I don't wanna. Oh, no. Oh, my oblivious Russian tutor would be so disappointed in me. Oh, no. I know so little Russian. I know Privyet. Like, just asking. One, I know you said it's part of an anthology. It's part of a series of short stories. I'm wondering if I would have gotten it more. Is this the first short story? I feel like I missed a step in the story. Was there another short story that was like before this that explained that Andy was the owl demon, that explained everything here? Yeah, this is the third one. Maybe starting off with the first one, I would have understood this better. But I was kind of feeling like I was thrown into the middle of this, and not necessarily in a good way, of like, I don't understand what the scenery looks like. I don't understand what these characters quite are doing. I know, like, in chat you explain the setting and the world, and that it's a our world with magic, but then they're also in limbo, so it's another plane of existence that has stuff. So, like, I got stuff from you in chat, but just in the actual text, I'm like, I don't quite understand what's happening. So I think I'm a little bit out of my depth There's no reason to be sorry. I'm just explaining why. So I feel like maybe if I had started on the first one, maybe I would have gotten it more. So that's something to keep into account. But I'm guessing that, like, yeah, this owl demon in limbo, he has a cleaning service. He's also run into Dinah before. And Dinah keeps getting into crazy circumstances, and he has to keep cleaning up after her. So that's why I'm like, okay. As far as like a standalone story on its own, like this, if this was a standalone piece, which each short story kind of should, a short story should kind of read on its own. Otherwise, it should just be a chapter as part of another story. But for a short story, it has to exist on its own. So part of me thinking is like, not a lot technically happened. It was, but yeah, but it just as a standalone piece, nothing happened. It's Andy shows up. Dinah has all the interesting stuff happening. Andy just like hurls insults at her. And says, this isn't my problem, I'm just cleaning it up afterwards. This angel shows up instead. The angel and Dinah are the ones who are actually going to go deal with the thing. And then Andy's just going to wait there in the steps until it's done. And then we don't even actually get to see him cleaning or doing any magical cleaning. So I'm like, it doesn't really feel like it feels like our main character is Andy, the owl demon. But it feels like Andy didn't really do anything. Hello, welcome on in, white boys, good to see you. But yeah, I was kind of like, this doesn't feel, it feels like a section of a bigger story rather than a standalone short story. I know that all the short stories are connected, but again, it should be standalone, it should have its own plot, and this just feels like a random scene rather than a whole plot. I can't really say anything has happened to our main character. He's just showed up, and it's just another day. This isn't even the first crazy interaction he's had with Dinah, because he's mentioning other stuff that's happened before. So it's just an average day for him, so nothing's changed with our character. So cool slime points for that. Oh, wait, what? Oh, is this a reference? Is this from like a show or a comic or something you guys knowing? Okay. I was too lame to get the reference. Yeah, so I feel like if, maybe in the future, if you want to submit the first one instead, maybe then I'll click with it better. But otherwise, I will say, as a standalone, I'm not seeing too much plot. The plot's mostly happening to other characters, not to Andy. Ed and Eddie. Oh, you know what? I actually wasn't allowed to watch that when I was a young cryptid. Can you guys believe that? I wasn't allowed to watch shows like that. You can hear the theme song already. I don't know. But yeah, that's just one of the funny things. But no, thank you so much for submitting. I'm sorry if I can't offer too much critique or feedback. Since I am seeing it out of order, I don't want to give you feedback that's wrong, because I think that will do more harm than good. But I would say, like, hey, we already pointed out some smaller things, like, hey, if you want the angel to be gender neutral, replace some of the he, hims with they, thems, and rewrite some of the sentences. And then some of them were like a little bit run on, so I would say like double check, make sure your sentences aren't too run on. Two best cartoons ever. Oh wow. Your grandma banned you from watching Dragon Ball? Oh wow. You couldn't watch Nickelodeon as a kid, but you could watch Cartoon Network. Huh. Okay, again, I normally don't like links in the chat, but yeah, I trust you, Tim, so let's see what this is. Yes. Yes, that does work. That does work, Keys. You're fine. I can't pull that up. So that works. If you want to share that link in the Discord and Raccoon Channel 6 News, the next time when I do Channel 6 Raccoon News, I'll just pull that up and I'll read it from there. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm sorry that there was an issue. I feel so bad. I was like, oh no, Q's, I can't read their stuff. I feel so bad. So, whatever I wanted. Well, I was watching South Park. Oh no. That's so funny. But yeah, I would say there's just the smaller little things, and I'm gonna hold back from any bigger critiques because again, I think I'm not getting the picture. I'm not quite getting it yet. But I would say, like, if sometimes people misunderstand what's a short story compared to what's a chapter in a short story. Some short stories do have chapters. It's not too often, but they can. So maybe even now that I've pointed out, maybe look back on the work and ask yourself, is this a standalone short story? Or is this a scene in a short story? And it's not actually 4 separate short stories. Maybe it's just one longer short story. Just keep that in mind. That's just something I kind of want to flag now. But I could be wrong, right? When I see the other pieces, maybe I'll kind of get what you're going for. But yeah, let me go back to my weave screen. Let's see, my lo-fi, gotta restart. I'll drop you like that. Hey, it's all good. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes people do, right? We even had earlier this stream, right? Someone started us with chapter 7, right? And were there things I missed, or like I missed that winter was a physical wolf? I thought winter was like a metaphor. Out of the blue. Blue. Yes, me. I'm the favorite blueba. But yeah. So sometimes people do it, and it's just being aware. It's fine to do. It's not against the rules or anything. It's just being aware, like, oh wait, hey wait, Cryptid might miss something here. Cryptid might not fully get stuff. Blueberries. Blue. Oh my god, that would be a cute thing, wouldn't it? Not just to have Roots coins, but to also maybe have like a blueberries token. That way people could have Roots coins and blueberries. Oh, maybe that could be a trading thing in the future. Blueberries are fucking purple. Yeah, but they have blue in the name, and therefore I love them. Oh, hi, Arya. It's good to see you. Welcome on back. Let me see here. What? Oh, man, I actually got out of my earlier tabs. Hold on. Let me go to responses. Individual. So, yeah, let me see. So Galler, yeah, if you want to resubmit, just go ahead and join the story submissions again, maybe with the first one, and I'll see. I can give you maybe feedback on that one in the future. But otherwise, I'm gonna delete this one. We have Superstar, Documenter, Zatara, and let's see. Hold on. About to end stream. I was thinking of that, so I'm like, oh, I'm debating. Like, we did do, I think I've done 3 critiques now, right? I did Happy the Hounds, I did Chatty Matty, we did 2 different ones. We were comparing 2 different drafts. And then I just finished that one, so I'm like, oh, it's kind of 3. I'm already tired for the night. It's a Randy Feltface reference. He's a puppet comedian. Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. I've heard of him. Yeah. Warning, the first one has a more melancholic tone. Okay. Finished my 10 pages of editing for today. Oh, yay! I was definitely efficient. I did not take almost 5 hours. Right? That's one of the things, right? So thank you so much for being so productive and hanging out here in our chat. It was a joy to have you over here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank all of you raccoons for being so amazing and helpful with critiques today. This is a great one. I'm debating. I'm having a debate.